What's going on, guys? Repeating tonight, we've got the NNR Xfinity Series. We're going to be live from the Tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway, deep in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. I'm really excited about this. Been to this track many, many times in real life. We're going to have 31 cars on track, so just a few more than we had in the Truck Series the other night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jeep Fan 1955, if you are out there or if you catch this later on, thank you very much for the follow while we've been offline. As you can see, just above the NNR symbol, we will have two special guests tonight. We'll have none other than the one and only Stout Whiskey, as well as CGMX Rose, the young gun, one of NNR's three Pro League holes. We'll also have Jose 720 with us at some point, as well as the one and only Sledgehammer, who's multi-talented, whether it's on default or on the custom setup side, but looking forward to all those guys. But yeah, as always, we're going to kick this off with our Xfinity Series intro, and then we'll kick it on over to our buddies at Madison Rising, let them kick off our national anthem. But in the meantime, stand by 1 second. On the pole, it's going to be brand new qualifying. I tell you what, if we were to run the All-Star race, the Unlock thing, you really got caught up in all that much. But man, thanks for joining me in the booth tonight, buddy. Moore down from the Truck Series in here. He's going to be looking to try to steal a win. This time it is with the Xfinity cars. As you can see, just like it, she's got a soft spot in her heart for Cowboy Matt. Well, let's say Cowboy Matt doesn't win tonight, and let's say she picks.
For the most part, but it was very fun.
Yep, one right there at your home track, Bristol. That was through here. Yes, you got 21 of Sledgehammer. You got the 61 of Mountaineers, and our Cole 315 Cowboy Matt and his 19 High Rock throwback.
Yep. Sledge for the lead, 15 pushed up a little bit there, probably running a lower preset as you would imagine. That's the kind of the versatility you get in this preset.
Used to be all over the streams, him and Master Killer. Speaking of Master Killer, he's actually in the race tonight, and I will have a little bit of help as far as laps, some issues that may occur on track.
We're really going to hope that we can make it all the way on tires.
One groove racetrack. You got to try to figure out the Finesse. Welcome to the chat, sir. Good to see you. Looks like Finesse is rooting on Boehner, trying to go for 3-0, 3 in a row, with Mountain and Battlers Dig. Right now, looking so far so good. A whole lot of give, a whole lot of take, but they're keeping it clean, keeping it green. That looks like they're getting a little bit of separation between each other. No, the truck race was a lot of side-by-side, fast-paced racing. I'm ready for tonight's race. How you feeling?
Confident, man, and the cool thing is, of course,
Mountaineers, let this thing get really racy and then attack. Go for it. These guys have had 2+ weeks to practice. They're going to make contact a little bit, so are these guys. So looks like Bowen's kind of dropped back a little bit. Looks like some of the guys that might have taken tires earlier are really going to start moving their way to the push.
And here comes Larson. Larson to the bottom of the track. Job. Trying to take the lead away. Good job. Oh, the momentum.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's
Oh, they did it. Do we got Stout with us tonight?
Yes, that will be. Yes, that will be. Yeah, man, how'd you do? How'd you qualify? No, not at all. Where was it? Chicago? Hell yeah. I'm excited. I really am. When you put that post down and got an email, yeah, I don't
Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, just that star spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the brave.
Yep, I got you.
In the home of the
No.
All right, guys, as you just saw, as always, we thank the one and only Madison Rising for allowing NNR to use their version of the national anthem. And I tell you, that third verse gets me every single time. The one that they created, it blends in really, really well with the rest. Well, as you can tell by a little bit of background noise, we've got the one and only Stout Whiskey here in the booth, just kind of knocked in, had to let him in. And also, how about it, the young gun, the one and only Grow with Rose, CGMX Rose, is going to be in the booth as well, fresh off qualifying for tomorrow night's Pro League practice race at Chicago Speedway up in the Windy City where we came from last week. You saw Rose actually qualify on pole and win from that position just like he had done the week before. Rose, how you feeling tonight, bud?
Good, buddy. He was able to get second, like I told you a little earlier, for the Pro League qualifying. Just pretty pumped and excited to see how this race goes.
Yeah, you got to be pumped. Hopefully you'll be able. It seems like everybody that's been in the booth has been able to pick up one little nook or one little cranny, one little idea about what they were going to be able to do to their car come Thursday night. You've seen Stout out there afterwards. You've seen JCX12. You've seen Kamal. You've seen Knights. You've seen Carroll. You've seen Smitty. I mean, there's been a whole host of people that have been in the booth a night or two before the Cup race, and they've gone on to do pretty well. I gotta say, I don't know if it's just simply because of that, or maybe, who knows, maybe it's a good luck charm. You obviously no stranger to the front row. You don't need any luck as far as qualifying goes. I don't know who's going to have anything to beat you at any point in our season for that coveted pole position. But Stout, we're talking about Rose, we're talking about poles, we're talking about him racing tomorrow night at Chicago. But tonight it's all about Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, the Xfinity Series, 31 cars on track. Who you got, bud?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, man, I can't believe Rose didn't get the freaking pole, man. That's like what ends a streak of, 45 races entered, and gets 45 poles in a row. But no, tonight, man, talking about the Tricky Triangle, Pocono is such an interesting place because all three corners are completely different as far as the banking and the length. And then the cool thing about Pocono, just letting everybody know that's tuning in and watching, Pocono actually has the world's largest bathroom on site. It's on the front stretch, and
Yep, sure is.
they have the old school troughs, and I've actually got to go in and take a leak in the world's biggest bathroom, so it's kind of cool. But I'm definitely taking Bolin tonight. Personally, I feel like Bolin's kind of struggled the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I get the finishes that we all know he's capable of getting. I think he's going to rebound tonight. And then when we go and make a dark horse pick,
Should go right ahead.
I'm going to take, let's see, dark horse. I'm going to take my man Bills, man. Bills legend.
Ooh, all right. How about you, Rose? Who do you got for your who's going to take it all tonight in either the first and second race? Remember, we got two. It's a doubleheader tonight, so we got two 40-lap races, I believe, 50-lap races maybe. It's going to be interesting with the wear. The guys in the truck series, they were able to cut it right down the middle. They only had to make one stop depending on cautions. But who do you got to win it all tonight, and who's your dark horse?
I'm gonna go ahead and pick a goose this for my regular pick, and my dark horse, I'm gonna go with Smitty.
Ooh, another couple. Nice. Well, I don't know if y'all tuned in for the truck race or not, but God Power's in chat right now, and he's saying he's got Asbel. He picked Asbel to win both races during on both races on Sunday night, and I was a fool to bet against him, but I'm not going to do it again. I'm taking Asbel as my winner, and you know what, Mountain. I think Mountain changes his luck tonight, and he's gonna bring it home second. When I was talking to him during pre-race, he sounded a little under the weather. Not sure if he was getting sick or he's just pissed off with that horseshoe that needs to be turned upside down to empty out on him. But I'm gonna go with Asbel and Mountain. Again, 31 cars on track. Rock NASCAR, thank you very much for checking in, saying best of luck to all the drivers, saying hello to everybody in the booth. Well, hello right back at you. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. The truck race, the first race went completely green. The second race, you saw all the fast guys go to the back. In the second race, chat, the field is inverted. So whoever finishes first, they're going to tail end Charlie. They're starting P31. They're going to have to show a whole lot of patience to try to work their way back to the front. We saw in the truck race they were 4 and 5 wide across the tunnel turn, which you could barely fit 2 wide, never mind 3 or 5. So it's going to be a lot of fun, Stout.
Oh, yeah, dude. I absolutely love this place, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know, stage racing is the way. It's so great. I guess you can tell I'm not a huge stage person fan. And honestly, I don't like it here. I don't like it in New Hampshire. I don't like it in Michigan, just because those 3 tracks historically had so much fuel mileage came into play. Strategy really came into play at those tracks, and it's just been taken away from them. So. Stage racing is what it is, and personally, I've got to get with the program and be acceptive of it. But it's going to be interesting tonight, especially with finishing out the first race and then inverting the field.
Yeah, well, you know what? You kind of led me right into it, and Rose, you might be able to add a little bit to what you might be looking forward to on Thursday night. There are no stages tonight, Stout. They are flat out for the entire race. For both you got me talking about stages for both race 1 and race 2. No stage, green the entire way. The only time they're going to see any kind of adjustment capabilities is during their actual pit stop. And we both know, or all 3 of us know from practicing and turning laps with some of the other guys, you can't get all your adjustments done in one pit stop unless you practice that. Getting every last bit that you can out of every second that you're working your way down pit road. Rose, what are you looking forward to from tonight, or what do you think you might be able to pick up from tonight that'll help you out on Thursday?
Just to see if there's a lot of cautions, the restarts, how chaotic they are. Because with a lot of cars in the field, that I'd hope we could get maybe a caution or two at the start just to put everything in. Because like you said, it's very difficult to get everything in on one stop, especially with the setup I got. With the tire pressures being up as high as I have them, it definitely takes a little bit to put in.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you just a little bit of
I know what
information.
pizza he's running.
A little bit of information. I know you could probably drive a car that's a bit looser than I can. All right, I'm way out of practice, and I proved it last night. I was one, and I had my right side tire pressures cranked all the way to like 50 and 60 or close to it anyway. And after about lap 10 or 11. Yeah, I was back in pit road because I was all over the place. Rear end wanted to come around off of 1 and 3. Remember, there is no turn 4. What turn 4 here? So it's going to be interesting to see who's practiced for the long run and who's going to have that car stability later in the run when the tires are really worn out and they wear out quickly here. Looks like the guys are done with qualifying. I don't have any idea who might have got the pole. It doesn't actually show on either Boehner or on Mountain Stream, which are the two that I've got up for tonight. But it should be interesting once we find out. Rose, you are the king of qualifying. Have you talked to any of the Xfinity guys to find out who might have a pretty quick car?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, I guess it'll be a surprise for all of us. And it looks like, well, I won't hold you in suspense any longer. It looks like Cowboy might be listening to the stream. He scrolled all the way down. Boehner, none other than the man himself. Looks like he was able to grab the pole at a time of just about 54 flat, 54.061. So pretty quick lap for the man. As soon as Carol hits us up with some invites, which actually, Stout, can you start up a party, please, and invite the three of us and then lock it down? That way, when I get the invite and get loaded in, I could just share it with you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So, Rose, you qualified P2 for tomorrow night's Charlotte car. I'm sorry, Chicago car. Excuse me. I keep saying Charlotte. I don't know why. Now, are you going to have like the? Are you going to have a short run car, or are you looking for a long run? Do you think a lot of the guys in the league are going to be able to gel together pretty quick and not have a whole lot of cautions? What kind of a feeling did you get from your drivers?
I think a mix of both. I got a good short run and long run car, but I don't know. I haven't really raced against many of the guys in the Pro League's preseason races, so we'll see how it goes. The chemistry's not there in terms of knowing what other drivers are going to do, so we might have a couple cautions to start off, but I hope it goes green.
Yeah, so do I. It's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out. I'm definitely looking forward to tuning in. It's on an off night, although Coe and Stout and a few of us were talking earlier about having just a fun race, maybe an open public lobby kind of thing, and just go track to track and introduce more and more people to NNR, get a bunch of our drivers in there, broadcast it so we're out there even more. We still have a Bruton Smith signed diecast car that I want to give away, but in order to do that, we got to have 50 people in chat, and there's only been 2 times where I've seen that happen so far with NASCAR Heat 4, and that was during the broadcast that Zane the Bearded One and HD Motorsports did with Michael Levine for his charity, and then funny enough, this last Sunday with Frozen Toes during her Super Speedway Sunday races, she got upwards of almost 60 people in
Nice.
on her stream. So yeah, that I tell you what, if Frozen was actually going for the Pro League, There's no doubt in my mind she would have had the popular vote with all the social media that she brings, as well as her talent. That woman is fast on every track I've ever seen her race on. Man, I think the rest of the pro league would have really had to watch out for Frozen. But I just got some invites from Carol. It looks like they've got about 5 seconds to go on the stream, so it looks like we should be pretty good to join. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it right now. There we go. And then once we're in, we can back out of the party. That way, there's no audio reverb.
I've got my headset turned off, so it's fine either way.
All right, did you guys get that?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and back out of the party.
I'm gonna get my Twitch going too, so you can.
10-4, sir. I built that in for you. Nice. All right, so yeah, here we are, loading in again. 31 cars are going to be on track. Pocono, what turn 4? I'm ready to go, Rose. It's going to be a great race. 40 laps. Flout, invert the field, another 40 laps. This is double the points, double the wins. Somebody's going to walk away, or maybe we'll have a new guy to lock himself into the Xfinity chase, who may not have made it or wasn't going to make it strictly on points. Who knows? But yeah, we're about to start this pace lap and set them green. Rose, what you thinking?
Hoping it's a great race. I've never really watched any of these Xfinity races. I've only been a part of a couple, but it's exciting to see how these guys drive around each other.
You're in for a treat, Rose. These guys put on a good show, man, every week.
And as we were talking, there's the 28 of Old Boehner on the pole. There we got King Outbreak starting 2, Asbel P3, Shadilak in P4. We got Fatless Dig, and then NNR Finessed, Sledgehammer, also right off of Pro League qualifying. You got FNL Bowling and Bill's Legend. Then we got Cheeseburger, welcome back to NNR.
Yeah,
then we got
true.
Sully, NNR Trip, or Trippy Main, some of y'all may know. Parzival has been really strong in that 11, 81 of Smitty. Master Killer, AJ McChamp, strong since joining. Augustus, about mid-pack. Dooman, Watt Racing. Then we got the 24 car for Carroll tonight instead of that 9. There's the 9 of Q-Dog. NNR Cowboy starting a little bit deeper back. Mike Honcho, Old Belliard, Sammy Bell. LaFave, brand new to NNR. Rowdy Burns. NNR Mountain. I'm going to work our way back towards the front as they're starting to come out of or go into turn 3 and start heading towards the pylon. Stout, pull those belts tight one more time.
That's right, man. Here they come down the front stretch, the speed, and Boehner's leading to the line. I'm actually watching this front group here. Like Boehner got a good start here, and he's going to clear that guy that's up on the outside. Now, I heard you mention the guy on the outside. I haven't seen his name. Is he new too? The guy in the 10 car?
Don't believe so.
Okay.
King Outbreak, no, he's been around for a while. He's actually somebody that joined off of watching the streams, much like a few other people. But Stout went through turn 1 with no issues. So their first time around, we'll have to watch them through the tunnel turn here. That's where cars get really, really tight. Looks like Outbreak got in the wall just a little bit. They were able to save it. Going into 3 for the first time. They're 2x2, then 3x3 a little bit further back.
This place is so awesome, man. It's just a fun racetrack. Fanning out. Of course, coming off of 3, Rose will tell you too. 3 is probably the most important corner because you have to get through there with the max speed possible. That way you can get that good run down the front stretch, headed all the way down into 1.
Stout and Rose, I got to tell you, these cars sound amazing. Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, go ahead, Rose. What were you saying?
Well, 1 and 2, I feel like that's one of the more important ones as well because you have to slow the car way down to get all the way down to the yellow line and get a good run off down that second straightaway.
Yeah, turn 2 is going to be interesting, especially running down that apron, man.
And we've seen a lot of that.
Previous games.
Yeah, no, front 3 I pulled away from the rest of the guys.
Yeah, Shad there. I don't know if Shad almost wrecked or what, but coming out of 2, he was all the way down on the asphalt up against the inside wall. He dropped away back there. Watch him just fan out here, coming down the front stretch.
Yep, trying to break the draft, maybe a little side draft, and pull in to get a little bit of an advantage. Pull the guy next to you backwards, and you surge forward just a little bit. But Stout, four or five laps in, we are green. As they start spread out, I'm expecting this to just stay green unless somebody has an issue, which of course we've seen. But you talked about being able to run really, really low. They took away the rumble strips here at Pocono, and they actually leveled out the tunnel turn. So I've seen a lot of guys use that asphalt to really get by. They've actually almost turned that into a very clean passing zone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get through there on the bottom. Like you just said, the older games, if you ran down there, you were going to go flying. You're going to spin out. And that's what I was doing, is actually watching these guys get through there. You can already tell some guys are already loose, which is not a good thing, especially here on, I don't know what, lap 3. And then, of course, you see some guys that's tight falling, but, losing some positions. But, as these other guys get extremely loose, they'll be able to gain those spots back.
Yeah, I have a feeling that, like you were just saying, a lot of the guys that started on a lower preset, they're pretty good right now. But as they move on and they make their adjustments, if they go a bit higher, as I tested out on the right sides, they will get loose as the run goes. You kind of might have to compensate a little bit with left side tire pressure, a little bit of wedge, maybe a little bit of a change in the tape, come down a little bit. But so far, these guys, as we watch a little bit of a pack back here, these guys are really doing a great job, showing a lot of awareness. Say what?
I was watching Cowboy, got Honcho there, like 6 or 7 of them. I don't know who it was. Someone hit the wall coming out of 3 there and stacked them up. They survived. Did a good job handling that.
Yeah, a lot of good guys. We've actually got a lot of new guys. Speaking of new guys, Jeep Fan 1955, if you're out there, thank you very much for the follow while the channel was offline. Absolutely appreciate it. Hopefully we see you in chat. Don't be a stranger, don't be too bashful. Say hi. We won't bite, I promise. Might run you over with one of these cars, but we will not bite you. Let's see, 4 wide. Woo! Getting after it, Rose.
Yep. I don't know who that is trying to pass Asbel down there. Well, he can't do it now. That draft cleared Asbel, but he was trying to pass him 1-1. But
Gotcha. I know you said you're not really used to watching a whole lot of the races, but on the bottom left of your screen, it'll actually show you who you're watching, unless you were talking about a car on the inside or outside of Asbel.
yeah, I was talking about a car inside or outside.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
On the inside of him. Oh, they're wrecking on the.
Yep, I see 98. I think it's bowling around.
Oh my god.
And
Out.
What?
And there is the caution. Yep. So, Rose, here you wanted a caution kind of early. It sounds like the racing gods might have heard you because now these guys are going to get about 25 seconds to go ahead and get some adjustments in. In the meantime, we're going to take our first commercial break. Y'all want to know how to follow NNR? Here you go.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, now you didn't miss anything. Welcome back. 28 of Boehner still up front with the 1 of Asbel to his outside. You got the 00, and then I believe that was the 10, but he got kicked back pretty quick, and here comes the 84 of Cheeseburger. Welcome back to NNR, Young Buck. It's good to see you. I know you're part of J-Paw's Army, and he's got a whole legion of fans that show up at least every Thursday night. So welcome back, Cheese. Stout, I know
the
he's one of
Euro
your buddies from NAR too, isn't he?
Yeah, man. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, man, I really like to get back involved in NNR, and I said, all right. And I actually told him that he had to drive the number 84, and he's a little off on the blue. Do you know whose car that's supposed to be? The 84 car?
No, I can't say I do.
I give you a hint. ASA.
Nope, doesn't ring up nothing at all there.
Well, I don't know if we got any old heads out there watching, but Bob Seneker. Bob Seneker was one of my heroes along with Mark Martin. Used to drive a blue and gray. Drove a Thunderbird for a while. I think he actually drove a Camaro too when I was really young. But say, hey man, I sent him the pictures. I was like, it's got to look like this, and you're good to go. So he honored my request. So that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I know that there aren't very many car picks left in in the Xfinity series because there's so many drivers that run these cars. But that was kind of an odd number. I thought he'd be able to find something closer to whatever he runs in NAR or wherever. Sperling, what's happening? Yeah, it is a little quiet in chat this morning. Listen to me this morning. I'm already thinking about work. I should not be doing that. It is a little quiet in chat. Why don't you start hyping some people up? 46 Shadowlac up high, going through 1 and 2. He's going to try to get back down here as quickly as possible. He's going to instead ride that wall with a pretty good draft off of the. I believe that's
lag.
Would you say Boehner's
I was
lag?
about to say Finesse was all up in Boehner's business there, and like he just suddenly dropped off there.
Gotcha. All single file along that wall going into turn 3. A couple cars double wide, not too many. Here's a 97 at Fatless Dig with the 10 trying to look inside. Coming down this long straightaway. Stout, I remember one of the odd facts about Pocono Raceway, and its front is longer than the track, not like the whole track, but it's the longest in all of NASCAR, including Talladega.
Absolutely. Yeah, it might be the longest stretch in all of racing in general, as far as a straight stretch. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to know. It's probably longer than Martinsville for sure. Bristol. I mean, obviously those two. Maybe a couple. Maybe Richmond.
I would imagine you could probably take the. Yeah, I know. Good morning. I would imagine that you probably could take the front stretch and wrap it around Martinsville and wrap it around Richmond and wrap it around Bristol. A few of the other places. Whitehammer, what's happening? NNR Lee, how's my boy doing? Well, let's go ahead and try to find the young buck. Let's see. He is another one that recently changed his gamer tag to show his community pride. There's Carol and Q-Dog. There's a 19 of Cowboy. Mike Honcho. There's 20 of Bellier. Brand new guy. This 3 car showing a little bit of his Earnhardt pride. The blue and yellow throwback, recognizable from anywhere. There's Rowdy Burns and Mountain. Let's see. Where you at, Lee? Where you at? There's Boehner and Outbreak. Asbel. I'm trying to find them for you. Boy, he must have qualified pretty far back. Either that or I was nowhere close to him. We got 31 cars on track tonight. You know what? I think I've gone through and I have not seen him. Either of you two have eyes on Lee?
I saw him talking earlier in the chat. Let me go through here too. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
No, I can't find him at all.
Negative.
Yeah.
Yep, he's not.
I don't know what happened there, Whitehammer. He oh, you're what? You're. I guess I should have read the. I guess I should have just read the chat a little bit longer. You're NNR Lee.
I got the 61 of Mountain.
Oh man,
at Rowdy. He got his front end smashed in.
Whitehammer,
Yeah,
you sent me for.
I've been keeping an eye. I've been keeping an eye up here on the front 3, man. Boehner, Asbel and
Don't want to
Finesse
cut the
have
grass
straight
off the
pieced
three.
out on 4th place in the rest of the field.
I saw a little bit of a wreck in the back, but I don't think it's going to bring out the caution. I think the guys kept it on the up and up.
Nah, it was a caution, I think. No, you're right. They're still
Nah.
green. They're still green.
Yep.
Oh, we got a couple on the wall off of 2. They saved it though.
Well, so for that horseshoe being tipped upside down, looks like NNR Mountain's got a ton of damage to the front end of that Toyota. He's probably really looking forward to some kind of a stop to fix up that damage, get it back into racing, and maybe he can make up some time on pit road. But I really feel for this guy every week. He needs a massive change in luck. I messaged him on, I think it was Facebook or maybe through Twitter. I said, look at this as your sophomore instead of your rookie season, and you're getting the sophomore slump out of the way this year instead of next year. So hopefully that comes true, and Mountain can turn that all around.
Yeah,
For sure, man. I
was able to
like.
get by Finesse a couple laps ago. My bad, out.
Nah, you're good, homie. Nah, and speaking of Mountain, dude, I really like Mountain, and takes it hard, man, because he prepares for it, and he doesn't get the outcome that he necessarily wants, and I've talked about that before on when the whole pro league stuff was announced. That's part of life. That's how life works. You're not always gonna get what you deserve, and you gotta figure out how to deal with it. And he's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out. He's just gotta stay the course and keep working.
Yeah, Stout, I hope you don't mind. All right, but I think about when you're thinking about Mountain and thinking about you. You've been in NNR for what, 3 years now?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, you just got your first win this year at Bristol.
That's correct.
So yeah, Mountain, if you go back and watch this, which I'm sure you will, Stout is strong every week. He's tested, he's tuned for 3 years, and he was able to get it done this year at Thunder Valley. I'm sure you'll stay the course. You'll get it done. It's just going to take you some time. Don't get discouraged. Keep your head up. Keep working with the guys that you've been working with. We've seen the progress in your driving. You got me pulling for you, man. Keep not to steal old Pro Boss's saying, man, but keep digging. I'm gonna keep going through the field here. Here's Asbel, running right around P3 right now. Looking forward a couple cars up to the 28 of Boehner. Man. So
Yeah, I think the big thing that helped me too, Pete, was getting back on the steering wheel.
Yeah. I mean,
I tell everybody to get a steering wheel because I hadn't had a steering wheel before this year because mine actually broke like the 5th race in my first year, and then I ran a controller basically the other year and a half. So I tell everybody make that investment into a steering wheel. It's just such a big difference.
Yeah, I know you've got a wheel and a shifter. Rose, I know you've got a wheel. Do you have a shifter as well?
No, unfortunately not yet.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That is overpowered on this game.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the restarts that Coey's been getting with a little bit of help from HD. Same thing with Stout and Carroll and a few others. Yeah, it's been that shifter works wonders. It's like you get an extra gear out of the thing, and I've seen Coey actually pull the guy on the inside while he's on the outside on a restart. When he started P2, it was able to clear him before going into turn 1 because of the shifter. It means a lot. Looks like green flag pit stops are underway. See I think that was the 98 of Bowling. Nope, that's the 97 of Fatless Dig. Coming out of pits, merging up pretty seamlessly. No issues there. Fry, what's happening, man? Thanks for checking back in tonight. Here's the 21 of Sledgehammer. How'd Sledgehammer qualify? Rose, did you happen to?
14th.
I think 14th.
Okay, gotcha. So a little bit of testing and tuning before tomorrow's race. I'm sure we'll see him online, maybe trying to do a little better, or maybe he's just got that race-winning car. Maybe he didn't spend too much time just on qualifying. We'll have to see, but all of NNR will be behind you, Jose 720 and Sledgehammer for the entire season. Again, the three of you make an NNR. Keep going through. 29, old Bills legend, one of Stout's picks. Whitehammer saying the TMX Pro is the best option in his opinion. A lot of people will agree with you. A lot of people really like their G920, and then if you ever get a chance to take a look at the rig that Rock NASCAR has, he's got a really nice setup as well. He's got the whole cockpit. He's got everything. It looks really sweet.
Everybody can't be rich like Rock, just tossing money around, dude.
Yeah, that's an amazing setup that he's got there.
I'm sure you heard that. And he's like, "Whoa, back it down, Stout, back it down."
I'm actually going to go ahead and grab a lap count here. Check in with Boehner first as he comes across the line. I think that said 28 to go. Yeah. Yep. They just started lap 23 of 50, so just about halfway in the first of two races. It's going to be. Right now, it really looks like Boehner's got this well in hand. However, if you watch the truck race, and I don't wish any ill will on the guy, I felt really bad for the guy. He got loose going across one of the turns with like 10 laps to go or something like that, and put it head first into the wall. And yeah, he ended up finishing a lap down. But he was able to help his buddy Asbel along, and Asbel went on to win both races.
I think Asbel might have the right strategy here in going longer tires.
It's definitely possible. I think he actually went a couple of extra races in the truck race, so he's definitely pretty good at putting some strategy together.
And Rose is right. It'll definitely help him on the tail end, but it all depends on that whatever magical pit stop you receive.
Yeah. I'm actually riding along with none other than NNR Cowboy right now, and I've actually got his stream up as well. Right now, Cowboy is showing to be in P8 right now. So Cowboy was actually only one of two drivers to finish in the top three in both races on Sunday night. Right now, with the guy that just pulled off to pit in front of him, he's actually moved up to 7th with 26 laps to go. So Mountain again having a pretty good night so far. But like you just said, it's going to really be up to the random pit stop times and who's able to get into the pits and out of the pits a little bit quicker than the next guy. Have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm watching these guys. Because I guess Cowboy's probably in 7th now. I guess I would take it 6th or 7th because these guys right in front of him are duking it out for position, and I'm just watching them see if they're gonna duck on the pit lane here because they're coming out in 3. Well, there goes Cheeseburger. Looks like Cheeseburger's gonna hit the pit lane, but everybody else is gonna stay out. Well, no. Who's that in front of Cheeseburger? Let's see if I can follow through here.
Boehner's out to a far lead.
Racing.
And Boehner's got 2.7 on Finesse, and they came in right. Finesse came in right behind them, so must have had a great pit stop compared to Finesse.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me see. Sperling saying Boehner was his pick in the trucks as well, and that's who he's going with tonight. Let's see, about 25 laps left there, Jelly Roll. Let's see, Sledgehammer in the 21, and yeah, many more cars on pit road. Again, 31 cars on track tonight. I haven't seen a single blown motor or anyone stuck on pit road. Let me see. Really, God Power wants to know if you'll play some Call of Duty with him later, Stout. I tell you what. Yes, God Power, bad timing. No, I'm just kidding. There's 33 of NNR Trip, rocking the Exalta colors. Looks pretty good. 11 of Parsifal, that really quiet guy who keeps moving further and further up the points. Seems like every race. 81 is Smitty. And pit stop continues as we check in with Master Killer. Seeing quite a few on pit road.
Those coming in. We'll see how far behind he comes out. He did like 5 or 4 laps extra. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, how many laps is left? About 20, 23, 24 or something?
20, yeah, 23.
Yeah, it should be like 23, 24, yep.
So, yeah, I mean, if he's going to make one more stop here and just take fuel based off his tire wear, I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing that, talking about that strategy, Rose, that I could think that he was doing here. I mean, your left shouldn't wear that much just because you're not turning that much except for, really 1 and 3.
Yeah,
so you're basically going full speed there.
Yeah, but what's up, Lucky? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for checking in. How'd you qualify tonight, sir?
Pole.
Lucky dog on the pole.
Yeah, I was actually joking with the guys.
Finesse, so he might be able to get all the way up to Banner before this run's all finished off.
Well, Lucky, you're going to have to contend with none other than the one and only CGMX Rose, the one and only young gun, sitting up here in the booth calling this race, talking about NNR's Xfinity Series, talking about the Truck Series, the Cup Series, a little bit about the Pro League. But, man, congrats on your pole. Keep going through the field here. Found Bowling battling hard. Looks like the 84 of Cheeseburger is going to try to dial that underneath just a little bit. Bowling's going to wash up. She's going to try to look down low. No contact there. Fell right back in behind. They're going to stay single file. A lot of these cars are very single file now.
Yeah, I'm keeping mine on finesse on the TV view just so you can kind of see Boehner out in front of him. You can see Aswell here behind him. That way we can see, hey, well, is Boehner pulling away? Or is Aswell, catching up to finesse? It's going to be interesting to see. And I was thinking, too, man, what we should do, Pete, is we should ask the guys, since we've got Rose here and we know Rose is one of the 3 NNR hopefuls, that's racing in the showcase races and hopefully gets an opportunity to race in the Pro League. Does anybody in the chat got any questions for Rose? Because I think Pete would agree with me. Rose is probably one of, I would put him in one of the top 5 or 6 racers on the game that can run customs and presets. So
I completely agree, and I actually told Rose that before we went live tonight. I think Rose is going to do a great credit to the Pro League. I can't think of any team that would not want Rose on his team. There were a lot of people that talked about him not being able to make it because he was like 4 months too young or something like that last year. It was just flat ridiculous. So yeah, anybody out there in chat, if you got a question for the one and only CGMX Rose, shout it out. I'll read it for you, and I'm sure he'll answer to the best of his ability.
Yep.
Fry wants to know who's your dad, really. We're really sure that it is not the one and only Valley.
I got 3 according to NASCAR Heat.
What?
Valley and my real life dad.
Yeah.
Well, Valley's out of the picture, so I guess that means, as far as Xbox, one and only. But if you guys want to join our party, because Probably gonna stand in part of rows. If you're standing in a part about around 11, you can hear us real bad.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you know, you know.
Yeah. While you know what,
Ness is just chilling,
while we're
man.
spread out and waiting for some people to go ahead and think up some questions, we're gonna take another little quick commercial break. Then we'll take you back to the flag. We talked about a Bruton Smith signed diecast that we're trying to give away if we can get 50 people here in chat to watch the race. I've seen it, so I know it can happen. If you want to know more about that car and how to win it, go ahead and take a look at this. Let me see. I just lost it. Where'd it go? There we go. Yeah, check this out.
Hey NNR fans, get your hands on this Lowe's Motor Speedway 50th anniversary diecast that's signed by track owner Bruton Smith by watching repeats broadcast on Twitch. If we get over 50 live viewers on any stream, the diecast will be unlocked. The winner will then be determined by a trivia question selected by repeats. First to answer adds this sweet ride to their collection. Thanks for being the best fans around.
Yeah, so there we go, guys. That Bruton Smith signed commemorative diecast from Charlotte Motor Speedway is up for grabs. We just need to get 50 people to watch the race and check things out. Give us a follow. I know old Lucky Dog and his Dan Cave, you got a lot of pull on here in the old Heat 4. Help us out. Get it out there. We definitely appreciate it. Hopefully at some point you'll come on down and maybe run a truck race with us or whatever. It'd be great to have you. Looks like old 95 Pop Bear getting a little loose. Let's see here. Still really spread out. Stout. I won't use Strout. Stout. Right now I'm on the one of Asbel, and he's looking forward. I believe that might be Boehner, not too far off in front of him. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Boehner's stream, and I'll get a lap count as well as see who's behind him.
17 to go. So.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm actually watching. I've been on Finesse, dude, for like 7 or 8 laps here, and I mean they're keeping the same distance between Boehner, Finesse, and Asphalt. Like nobody's gaining on the other. No one's pulling away from the other. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, right now I'm looking at, you're just talking about Boehner's stream. I see Boehner in P1, then 2.5 seconds back is Finessed. Another 3 seconds back or 3.5 seconds back is Asbel. Then you've got Augustus, your series point leader, and then Sully, who's done really well since joining NNR. That's your top 5 right now. Now I'll go ahead and check in with the one and only Cowboy. He doesn't seem to have the same menu up, but he's showing in P12, and as he comes off turn 3, looks like we'll be starting lap 35. So 15 laps to go, and we'll call it quits for the first race. But guys, after this race and the top 3, top 3 finishers when they make their way to the booth, please don't go anywhere. This is only the first of 2 races tonight. 2 25% races, 50% races for the Xfinity guys. So what's going to happen is when they're done, the guys that finish first, they're going tail end Charlie to start up a brand new 50 lapper to knock out the doubleheader, just like they're going to do in real life at Pocono Raceway this year. Not sure if you've seen NASCAR's schedule, but on Friday they're going to have the ARCA cars. On Saturday, they're going to have like Cup and Xfinity, and then on Sunday, they're going to have Cup and Trucks. So it's 5 races in a matter of 3 days this year at Pocono. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a first-time experience for the track and a lot of fans. I personally can't wait to see it. I've been to Pocono many times.
It's gonna be pretty sweet, man. I love. Where did you stay when you went up to Pocono? Did you go to? I stayed at Jack Frost and Big Boulder. It's like two resorts there, not too far from the track.
No, I actually lived right in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So
okay.
I was 45 minutes from the track. Yeah, it was always nice. They turned 115. when it was time to head towards the track, they turned 115 into 3 lanes going 2, and then when the race was over, they turned 115 back into 3 lanes going away from the track. They really did a great job managing the traffic during race weekends.
Yeah, I know people go nuts over Sheets.
Yeah,
Down here, but nothing beats the Wawa, man. The Wawa was just an awesome place.
Yep. Wawa's got some great food, and they really changed a lot. They kind of copied Sheets, unless they're owned by the same people. I don't know.
Right.
They did their whole meal, ready to eat kind of thing, just the same as Sheets has done.
Yeah, I'm actually watching.
Banner's coming down pit road.
Okay, so Banner's pitting. I was just watching Sledge. Sledge just passed Solely, I think, for
Vanessa and Banner together again.
And Sledge is
Banner
now closing in on Goose.
Banner missed pit road.
Oh, that guy can't catch a break, I tell you.
Wait, how do you miss pit road here?
I have no idea.
I guess he was going too fast and didn't want to get the penalty for it.
That could be. Let's keep going through. I've just found found Cowboy with, it looks like the 10 right behind him, and there's the other 2 at Dumet. Cowboy's up high, 10's going to be able to go down low, 2's going to be able to follow the hole that the 10 made, 19's going to grab the draft of the 10, stay right behind him, 2 is down low. They're going to come across the tunnel, turn side by side. Who's the 19 going to go with coming off? Is he going to be able to get down low and use that apron to slingshot through? Nope. 10's going to pull a crossover, though. He's going to be able to get right back by the 2 and hold his position going into turn 3. 10 down low, 2 up high, 19 behind the 2. Now the 2's going to try a crossover. 2 down low. 10 and 2, door to door, coming across the start-finish line. That should be for about 11th place. Good battle right here.
Oh, yeah, they're getting after it, man.
One's crossing over the other, then the other's crossing back over, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it this time. The 2 really got the preferred line, either that or the 10 just completely overshot the corner, but the 19's going to be able to grab just a little bit of real estate, a little bit closer to the 10's back bumper. Good battle between these 3. Back towards pit road now, as you see the 66 of Mike Honcho pitting. You see the 20 of Belliard or Scotty Bell sitting on pit road. I'm guessing he's retiree for tonight. There's a guy that has been all over Twitter, has followed NNR, has followed me, has tweeted and retweeted everything that has been put out about the league, and that's this guy here, Lefebvre 88 Rocket number 3 Napa car. And Lefebvre, if you go back and you watch this, thank you very much for all your support of NNR. It is very much appreciated. It has not gone unnoticed, sir.
And this is his first start in NNR too, correct?
Yes, it is, sir. His very first start.
Well, that's cool then, man, especially that he was involved in, supporting you and what we're doing, and he's doing that all along the way. I wasn't racing yet. That's really neat.
Yeah, he's been great all along the way. J-Pod checking in saying trigonometry was his favorite math. He loves Pocono. Old J-Pod's live in chat. So, have any of y'all thought of any questions for the one and only CGMX Rose? Anything you want to know about him personally? Not too personal. The Pro League, what he's hoping to get out of it, what kind of experience he has, how long he's been racing on console, whether or not he races on iRacing. I mean, any and all questions for the young gun. Let's see here. Papa Bear, little high, hard on the binders. Looks like he got a little loose right there. He's going to allow the 39 car, I believe it's Master Killer, to fly on by. I tell you what, Papa Bear, he is a guy that's got a lot of, I'm not quite sure. Okay, no, he's just slowing up to get on. I thought maybe a caution came out. He was just getting on to get down pit road. He was looking a little loose.
Got 9 to go.
Not yet. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, Lucky Dog, that was some great racing between those two. Back and forth crossovers. I tell you, there's some really good competition in all three series with NNR. I mean, you look at Stout, you look at CGMX Roads, you look at Coe, Moore. I mean, you look at Ingalls, and I mean, there is so much. You know, you look at God Power. There is so much competition here in NNR. So whether you watch a race on Sunday night at 9 o'clock, or tonight, or Thursday when we get to meet up with the one and only HD Motorsports, there's all kinds of competition in this community, no matter when you tune in. Jelly Roll
Yeah,
wants
that's
to know, does the type of wheel you have really matter besides the shifter?
No, I actually just
I
responded
don't
to him.
think it does.
Yeah, go
No.
ahead, Rose.
No, I was gonna say I don't think it really does. It's just up to you once you get the wheel.
Yeah, and they're not generic. I mean, they're going to be branded. You know, I have a Logitech wheel, so I have a Logitech shifter. You know, Rose has a Fanatec wheel, so he would have a Fanatec shifter, and Thrustmaster's the same way. No, I was just going to piggyback what you were saying. I mean, we know there's some guys that run. We got some Xfinity guys that run in the Cup Series. We got some truck drivers that run up into the Xfinity Series. But the cool thing, man, with these three leagues is they really do have their own core group of drivers. And to me, man, it reminds me of like old school NASCAR, which I know a lot of the youngsters won't remember, man. But Pete, we think about like the late '80s and the early '90s, how the Busch Series had like their own group of drivers. You know what I'm saying? It was its own separate entity. Yeah, it was NASCAR, but they didn't. If the NASCAR guys came down and raced in the Busch Series, a lot of times they got their ass kicked. It was not coming down with the superior equipment and wiping the field. So same thing with this. I've been blessed to run some races with these guys, and there's a couple of races early on, man, I got smoked. And one, I wasn't prepared, and two was I really didn't know what I was doing with these cars, and these guys said, hey man, you're gonna have to practice and step up your game if you're gonna race with us. So it's really cool, man.
Yeah, I don't think it was until the mid to late 90s where the term bushwhackers really came into play, because more and more the team started to have more and more teammates and more cars. They were able to build off each other, and then once that happened and the talent pool grew, that's where you really started to see more and more dominant people come down from the Cup Series with that equipment and with those extensive notes, and that's when the whole bushwhacker term came into effect.
Right.
But yeah, early on.
Asbell's finally coming down pit road.
Yep. Looks like Cowboy Matt's also on pit road. Actually, looks like he might have already got his service. He's coming back out. He might have stopped for fuel only with 5 laps to go. He's going to pull back out on track with P12 or 13 right now.
I think that's what Asbell's going to do. He's going to pit for gas only and come out in front of Finesse.
I was actually wondering who's the leader here, but
it was Asbell that whole time. But we'll see who it is once he comes out, and if those old tires will hold up.
Well, let's see. Let me go ahead and switch over to Asbell's stream. I'm sorry, Boehner's stream. I should be able to get a pretty good idea. Yeah, right now Asbell is the leader by no, I take that back. Asbell just pit. So Finesse has in the lead with Asbell. I'm guessing, or maybe something happened with Asbell, because Asbell is not losing a whole lot of time. But 1st through 5th right now is Finesse, Asbell, Boehner, Sully, and then Bowling. Although Sledgehammer looks like he just took that position. So that's 1 through 5 right now. As let me see, I'll get us a lap count as soon as I can. Let's see. They're both on the backstretch. All right, but yeah, we're definitely under 5 to go. Yep, 4 to go. Says Cowboy Matt stream. and Boehner just came across the line with 4 to go. So right now your leader is Finesse, Asbel, Boehner, Sully, and Sledgehammer. That's your top 5.
Well, that definitely taught me something for Thursday.
There you go. Hopefully it'll be something good.
Who'd you say taught you something?
The strategy play.
Yeah.
And he's on older tires because he didn't take any.
So who's the lead, Pete? Have you able to figure that out?
Yep, Finesse is in the lead with Asbel, Boehner, Sully, and Sledgehammer. And I'm on the 00 right now of Finesse as he's trying to put the 3 car of
Lap down here. That's Lefevre.
Yep. Looks like he's gonna 3's gonna go ahead and give the leader room as he should. He sent me a message on Twitter earlier saying he wasn't really gonna try to do a whole lot tonight. He really just wanted to get some laps under his belt, learn about his competition, race the track, not really ruffle a whole lot of feathers. And it looks like he's really doing that. Although he's also got a little bit of damage to the front of that number 3 Chevy Camaro. Let's see. Something must have happened. Yeah, now the top 5 is now Finesse, Asbel, Boehner, Sledgehammer, and Sully. So someone that was in the top 5 before looks like they've fallen out. And we're coming to 2 laps to go. 00 still out front. No real challenge from anybody. He's got almost a 4-second lead on Asbel, and then Boehner is another ways back. Sully is about 7 seconds back, and then Sledgehammer's not too far off of Sully's bumper, but it doesn't look like anybody's really going to have anything for Stay Finesse tonight. And I'm not too surprised to see Boehner and Finesse together in this 3. These guys work a lot towards their setups every week. They work together, and they've recently included. I talked about Mountain earlier. They've recently included Mountain in their testing sessions and whatnot. That's why I'm really looking forward to hopefully Mountain putting some top 5s together here pretty soon, as we see the 00 of Finesse trying to work underneath the 9 of Q-Dog, one of J-Paw's Army soldiers, but still a little bit of a battle. 9's giving him all kinds of room. He's going to allow the 9 to go ahead and pull back in front. There's no sense in battling him at all. Let the 9 go. You've got no competition. No, you don't need any accidents knocking you out of the lead with a lap to go.
Yeah, this is it. This is the last lap, last turn. He's got it.
Yep. Big run back here on the 9. Gonna let him stay on the lead lap. And here we come, cross start finish line. And that is gonna do it for race number 1. Again, Stay Finesse, Asbel, Boehner is your top 3. Then you see Sully and F&L Bowling. 6th through 10th is Bill's Legend, Fatless Dig, Watt Racing, Parzival, and then King Outbreak. So yeah, great top 10. What do we have? 1 caution there, guys?
Yeah, just 1.
Yep. Now we'll have to see if what happened in the Truck Series happens here, and I really hope it doesn't, as I'm banging down on my wheel talking. You're going to see all these guys go to the back, and they're either going to have to show a hole.
It might be a caution fest.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, it wasn't a caution fest until about 25 or so to go. They got really, really rowdy. Nobody was giving any extra time, but we've got about 10 to 11 more cars on track than we had trucks on Sunday night. So we'll definitely have to see how it goes, but we should be expecting that top 3 up in the booth here momentarily. Talk about their race, talk about what they may or may not have learned, any changes they may or may not be making as we prepare for the second race. So far, I see Asbel in the booth, I see Boehner in the booth, and there is Finesse. So, since there's three of us in the booth, we can each take one, talk about the race, talk about any questions you may have. We should have, about 5 minutes as they get the second race prepared. Rose, do you want to take P3?
Sure. Boehner, you got me.
Boehner, you're muted if you got Rose.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. All right, we'll pass him. We'll come back to him. Stout, you want to take Asbel?
Absolutely. Aswell, talk us through there, man. Like, well, I know we got another race, but you're going to be coming from the back. What was your strategy, man? What were you trying to do there throughout that race?
I don't know. We just kind of ride and get away from the field, so we don't have to worry about anybody dive bombing us or nothing. So we just kind of drove away from the field. They pitted a lap earlier. I was wondering if they had a pit because of tires or pit for some other reason. So I just kept going, but it ended up working out really well if you pit a little bit earlier than normal. So that was, a little change of game plan. Might have to do that next race.
Yeah, I know, especially there, because I watched Finesse once before that last caution, he was in second place, and Boehner was in leading, and you were in third place, and neither one of you could really gain ground or lose ground on the other. So it just shows how equal you guys were. So, like you said, maybe pit a lap earlier so you can get some fresh tires on there, maybe to make that difference. So it sounds like you three guys work together. Is that the case? Or
Well, me and Bader worked really well in the truck race, so we figured we'd do it again in this race too. And it seems to be working really well once you get away from the pack, because you can worry about nobody, trying to pass you every lap. We just ride together, try to see how far we can get out in front of everybody.
all right, and then do you like your chances here in this the second part of this doubleheader to gain one spot and take that victory?
I mean, if the opportunity's there, I'll do it. I'm just glad to get another top 3 in Xfinity Series, trying to get some more points.
Who would give a shout out to?
And just y'all, like I said, recording every race is awesome to go back and watch them all. Because, when you're in the front and stuff, or maybe in the middle of the pack, you don't know what goes on in the front, you don't know what goes on in the back, or you don't know what goes on in the middle of the pack. It's always fun to go back and watch it.
Appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Asbel. Good job tonight. You're keeping your streak of top 3 live. You knocked out both truck wins. Here you are coming home in P2 so far in the first race during the Xfinity Series. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Rose, go ahead and take Boehner. Looks like he's back.
Yeah, Boehner, you got me.
Hey, what's up, Rose?
What's up, bud? I saw you were dominating the race early on. It looked like you were gonna have it in the bag. What happened coming to pit road on the last time?
Yeah, my brake pedal is just totally boned right now, and fortunately, I was smart enough to realize it didn't work, and the way it's supposed to. So as soon as I felt that, instead of trying to force it down pit road, I just took off. I knew I'd probably still be able to cruise the third, but I mean that probably cost me a good 6-7 seconds there. It's just I don't know what the deal with it is. I didn't realize it when we were in our Chicago race in the Cup Series, and I just happened to hop into Road America last night and figured out that it's just not working correctly. So it's frustrating. It's like either I'll go all the way on it, and it's like it'll only break like 20 or 30%, and unless I really slam it, and then you run the risk of locking up your tires on old tires, and it's frustrating. But at least I realized as soon as I went to it, it worked the first stop fine, and then it was working this afternoon, and I knew right away when I went to the brake and it didn't do what it's supposed to do. I just pulled back out on the track, dropped a gear, and was like, I got to just go around one more time. But that was a really fun race between Asbel, Finesse, and I. I mean, there's no point in us just sitting up there swapping positions when we can try to just cruise away, and we kind of know these races are going to come down to if something silly happens to one of us.
All right. Well, we got the field getting converted for this next race. How do you feel about your chances of being able to get up through the field?
I feel pretty good about it, especially if it stays somewhat green. I mean, once it gets spread out, like I think the 3 of us have really, really good setups and really good cars, even on the long runs. I mean, I kind of short pitted a little bit, not because of necessity, but it just seemed like the right thing to do, given how many laps were left and needing 2 pit stops regardless. So if we do have to go longer, I actually think my car is going to be a little bit better on longer runs also. But I don't know. Finesse was catching me a little bit there in that second run, and it seemed like he was pulling away from me a little bit in that third run, and I wasn't really messing up or anything. But if we're in the draft together, we're not getting away from one another. But I think he might have a little better car right now, or he's driving a little better than I am.
All right, well, congrats on your P3 finish. Good luck in this next race. Do you have any shout-outs?
Not just Asville Finesse. I mean, fun racing with you guys as always. I'm glad we were all able to qualify up front and just use our heads and not try to create situations that put us at risk of not being in the top 3. So, that's appreciate them and appreciate you guys broadcasting and everyone on Rook Racing.
Thank you. Pete, you got Finesse?
Yeah, absolutely. Stay Finesse. You got me, buddy.
I got you, Pete.
All right, Finesse. Well, I'll tell you what. I talked a little bit about you and Boehner and Mountain really working hard and showing it every week when you come to the track. I'm not surprised to see you guys in the top 3 yet again. You were really strong, hanging right in there with Asbel and Boehner and a couple other guys. It looked like Cowboy was up there a little bit as well. But talk us through your race, talk us through your strategy. I mean, Rock NASCAR just posted on Facebook congratulating you on your on race 1 for tonight. I mean, you've got the attention of Facebook right now. Talk to us. Let us know about your race and what you're planning for race number 2.
That's pretty cool. Earlier in the weekend practice, I wasn't doing too great. I was pretty down on myself, but figured something out. Just practicing with Boehner a lot, just trying to get everything dialed in. And when the race started, we were pulling away us 3, and I was lagging a little bit. I'm having an issue right now. I got to figure it out. And towards the end of the race, like second to last pit stop, Boehner got ahead of me because I had to fix the damage from the lag, and I started reeling him back in a little bit, and then he ended up missing pit road. Sucks on his behalf. I think we'd had a really good race there. And it just came down to hoping and praying no caution came out to change things up.
All right. So did you learn anything during the first race besides to not get damaged that you can apply to the second race and really try to complete the sweep like what Asbel did in the trucks on Sunday?
I definitely think avoiding any cautions if they happen early when you're back there and just getting through as fast as you can. It will definitely help you because if the other fast guys get stuck there when you don't, I feel like you have a better shot instantly.
And we definitely saw on Sunday the second race after all the faster guys were put in the back, there were a few cautions. I mean, it seemed like the faster guys were a bit aggressive, trying to work their way through traffic as soon as possible. Are you going to plan to kind of lay back and see what happen, or are you going to try to charge through the field cleanly, mind you, to work your way to the front as soon as you can?
We're going to take them as they go.
All right, Stout or Rose, do you guys have any questions for your winner tonight?
Yeah, I mean,
good luck.
I'll say this because obviously you're the best looking person on your team. I've seen everybody's pictures. I'm just messing with you, man. Great job, dude. As always, finessed all 3 of you guys, man. We were actually talking during the race, like. Boehner, Finesse, we know you guys race with us in the Cup. Asbel most likely will be up there with us eventually. The cool thing, though, about the Cup, the Xfinity, and the Truck Series, though, is like, even though guys cross over, divisions or whatever, each group has their own core group of guys. And it's just really cool to see not only race each other hard, work together, but little rivalries and stuff. So it's just really neat.
Yep, for sure. Couldn't agree more.
Well, I I tell you, it's gonna be an interesting race too. Boehner, you talked a little bit about a little bit of silliness that went on. I'm really hoping that there won't be any silliness for you, like any kind of wrecks from the lead coming in during the second race or during the first race. You were a great help to Asbel to help him, solidly knock down the two races on Sunday night. Looking for another strong run out of the three of you, or maybe we'll mix it up in the next one. Who knows? But congratulations. Good luck in race two. Careful coming from the back. We know you got some fast hot rods, and we'll be watching.
Yeah, we'll all be smart, Pete. We'll pick our way through there clean. I'm not worried about it.
Well, thank you guys. And hopefully
Xfinity
y'all
drivers?
enjoy race 2.
I don't know if y'all are done
Yeah,
with your,
y'all put on a show coming from the
interviews or
back.
not, but be on standby and be ready for your invites. Let's make this a lot quicker than it was Sunday.
There you go.
My man, Carol.
All right, Pete. I'm hosting this one, so because Smitty had a little bit of lag in his lobby, so we had a good lobby with mine Sunday, so we're gonna try it again.
10-4.
After I get the timer rolling, I will have you invites.
10-4. Thank you.
All right, 10-4.
Yep. Well, Stout and Rose, from what we saw during the first race, you want to change up your picks or you want to stay with what you got? What are you feeling?
Go ahead,
You
Rose.
might have to switch to finesse.
Yeah.
Or Boehner if his pedal doesn't mess up.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. I mean, I don't know if he's just got a bad spring or what the case may be. Maybe he needs to be calibrated. Check the little plug going into the bottom. Make sure there aren't any wires separating. I don't know what would cause that, but yeah, you gotta hope that he doesn't have any other equipment malfunctions going into the second race. And what do you got for a dark horse?
Sledge finished P4, so he could be someone to look out for if we get a late race caution or something.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Sledge is usually pretty popular. Stout, what you got?
I was just thinking, with everything going on in the world, we got to convince King Outbreak, man, to change his name. That's the first thing. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with my man Cheeseburger for the dub.
Okay.
And then my dark horse is gonna be. If it's not, I mean, he's not really a dark horse, but I'm gonna take Cowboy.
Can't go wrong.
Should have been a cowboy.
There you go, sing it. I would say instead of King Outbreak, maybe NNR King, but then you'd have all kinds of jokes from HD saying NNR King overthrow Coe or something like that. I could just see it coming, but kind of corny, yeah. Anyway, my pick, I tell you, I think I'm gonna go with. Let's see, who commented first here? I think it was the first one that said anything about picks was God Power earlier, and he picked Asbel. Asbel, I think he's going to be kind of obvious. I don't want to do that. You picked Finesse. You picked Cheeseburger. Boehner, I would say would be kind of obvious, or a great possibility. I think I'm gonna show a little bit of love to FNL Bowling. I think I'm gonna go Bowling for my main, and for my dark horse, I'm gonna go Carroll. I think Carroll got really, really close in the truck race the other night. He says he could have got it done if it wasn't for somebody putting him in the wall. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bowling, and I'm gonna say Carroll. And let's see, I'm gonna get back down to chat here. Sperling saying Cowboy is a solid pick. Was just talking to him, and I think he's going to have
Thank
a
you, thank
strong
you,
run that
thank you.
race. So we'll have to see there. He's also saying it definitely didn't take Aswell too long to get to the front there during the first race. Let's take a look. We're just waiting on those guys to get lined up. Shouldn't be much longer. What they've got to do, because it's going to take a little bit longer, they're not going to qualify. They're not doing anything like that. They're actually inverting the field. So they're sending out the invites one by one, the same as they'll do on Thursday night, and they're setting the field that way. So whoever finished last, you're going to see them on pole, and whoever finished second to last is going to be your outside. I'm not quite sure who they were, but we'll find out here as soon as we get going. Now, guys, let's talk a little bit of preset here. All right, so we've seen the guys that were on the higher presets really get loose very quickly, and the guys that started on a little bit of a lower preset were able to maintain for about 10 or 12 laps, and then they started to get loose. Is there kind of a medium ground for these, or does the preset slide really not matter all that much?
It definitely matters here. You definitely don't want to go with the high one. You're going to be wrecking loose after about 5 laps. So I'd say going with the lower one with the cup cars would definitely be your best bet.
Okay, so would you say like a 3 or a 4 is the middle ground, or are you thinking even lower?
Yeah, that'd probably be it.
Lower.
I mean,
All
I'm
right.
lower than that, but I'd say you don't want to go maybe higher than a 4.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. I totally agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, obviously here, man, with the way that the car gets loose, you're probably going to want to run a 1 or a 2. But, you know, if you can run a 3 or 4 and really figure out something where, hey, man, it's not going to get this psycho loose, then that could really help you in that first portion, you know, before you get pit stops, and it could be the difference. So it definitely was interesting watching this group, and obviously, you know, the 3 cars we talked to were the best cars throughout the run. But it'll definitely be interesting come Thursday.
Yeah, I really can't wait. Now, Rose, we really don't get a chance to talk to you a whole lot. Are you more of a start low and free it up from there, or do you start high and tighten it up as the race runs?
Usually I'm someone who goes a little lower and loosens it up because I feel like the car is just better on the long run if you go with the lower preset, but that's just me.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. It really seems like if you start higher, you end up loose depending on the track as the back end kind of lightens up due to the fuel consumption, or just the right rear getting worn out depending on what kind of track we're on. Here, as abrasive as it is, you're talking pretty loose pretty quick. Looks like Carroll has got the guys in the lobby in just about the full order that they need to be in. He's probably going through saying, "Yeah, go ahead and take it. You go ahead and take it. You go ahead and take it," as they fill in. So we should see an invite here pretty quick. Stout, I know we backed out of that party. Would you mind popping up another one so we can all get in fairly quick?
Yeah, I got you. And you can stay in the party. I mean, I don't have my mic on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. And guys out there in chat, if you hear any kind of an echo or reverb or whatever off of our conversation, please let us know, and we can definitely take care of that. See, all right, there's the invite. So we'll go ahead and grab that right now. Thank you, Stout.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Sperling and God Power, if you're still there, Bolt, Lucky Dog, J-Pa, John Fry. I mean, guys, what are you looking for out of this next stream? Who do y'all have? I know NNR GP or God Power. See, I told you I was going to get your name straight. You were all about Asbel. You were all about Asbel on Sunday night. Who's your pick? John Fry, J-Paw. I know you're probably going to go Q-Dog or Master Killer or maybe even like Stout and pick Cheeseburger. Zeke is welcome back to NNR. But tell us who y'all's pick is. It's gonna be interesting as we watch those guys again come from the back of the field. Even though Sammy had some issues, he should be back for the second race. We should be back with 31 cars on track, tricky triangle, Pocono Raceway. Man, I'm looking forward to this. Aviator says he's got Carol. Welcome to the stream, Aviator. Good to see you, sir. Okay. Aviator's got Carol. He's gonna side with me on that one. How about that, Stout?
It's risky.
I don't know. He really didn't have anything to prove in the trucks on Sunday. But yet
True.
he was willing to actually go for it, even though he's only there, for the trophy. So I don't know. We'll have to see if Carroll's got anything. He's running a special 24 tonight. He said he had to borrow the number from somebody else, and I think that number was actually coming from Coey, if I'm not mistaken. Cowboy and Striker got me hooked. So he's a bit partial to them. Tack, good to see you, sir. I'm sorry, Rose, what were you saying?
Nah, I never said anything.
Oh, I thought you said something.
No. Just waiting.
Okay. Yeah. But Tack Redliner, he's pulling for his old buddy Sully, which isn't a bad pick either. Not at all. Sully has shown a lot of speed since joining NNR. Let's see. Nothing doing from the lobby yet. Still waiting. I'm sure with the experience that Carroll's got from Sunday night, he's probably saying, "All right, guys, keep your heads on straight, give and take, be patiently aggressive." A lot of, as old Darrell Waltrip used to say, a lot of co-opetition, and let's have a clean race. Let's see. Go ahead and pull up these feeds again. I'll have the streams of NNR Cowboy Matt or NNR Cowboy now and Boehner. So I'll be able to switch it up. They'll be able to keep me informed as far as lap counts and positions a little bit around the track. For anybody that's out there, every now and then we talk about NNR and the website and what NNR's got to offer from there. Guys, go on over to nnrleague.com and scroll all the way down, or I really shouldn't say all the way down. You'll see a little bit about our past season's champions and a little bit about NNR and how it all started and whatnot. But go a little bit further down, you'll see a tab there that says Zazzle. That is NNR's store. Through there, there's T-shirts, polos, hoodies. There's clocks. There's pillows. Playing cards, mugs, golf ball. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Take a look at what NNR has to offer. Let us know what you think.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat preset league on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to nnrleague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
All right, so yeah, if your man needs a clock for his man cave or some golf balls, the weather's changing. If he gets out and likes to head to the fairways, well, you got those. you like playing cards, you got those. Your coffee mugs, whatever. Don't be afraid to rep your NNR red, as the one and only Mountain likes to say. And hopefully we'll see you around the track. A lot of us are still planning on meeting up this spring, weather and disease permitting, unfortunately. But Stout, I'm ready to kick this second race off. Carol said it shouldn't be much longer, just waiting on that ever important invite. We're going to rack and stack them back up on the longest straightaway in NASCAR for the second race in our doubleheader. Man, if it's anything like the first race, I'm excited for it, but I have a feeling it's going to be a bit more intense.
Yeah, my old butt's gonna fall asleep, man, if we don't get going here. But I mean, hey, I'm a school teacher. We've been quarantined. My wife went to work today. I stayed home with both kids, and they ran me ragged, man. Whew.
Yeah, my school got canceled till at least April 15th, they said. So I got a lot of free time.
Well, what are they doing with the teachers?
Well, they're just giving us assignments online.
Okay. Yeah, personally, I think that's trash too.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
We got like a crash course, 2.5 hour, 3 hour ordeal, and it's just a mess. But it is what it is.
Yeah, we saw that you went on Facebook Live, hanging out with your girls and having a good time and singing along and getting them to dance and getting the little one laughing by making noises. It's amazing the way you can keep the little ones entertained with just the littlest of things. Looks like the clock is counting, guys. They've got about 45 seconds to go, so I should be getting that invite from Carol here in just a second or so. I'm curious to see who's going to be starting on that front row. You just pause that. I'm going to guess or hopefully assume that is to get the invites over to us, but it definitely won't be much longer.
It's gonna be Q Dog and Lefevre.
All right.
I'm not sure, but we saw there at the end of that race. Of course, I guess it's Lefevre is how you say it. He got lapped, and then Q Dog was right there. I don't know if anybody else was close to being lapped or what. So
yeah, we'll have to see. I'm glad that Lefebvre was able to migrate from following NNR through social media to watching the races and chatting it up with everybody to actually running on track with NNR. So it's it's a great story. We've seen a few people do that. We've seen Master Killer do that and a few others. TAC Redliner is saying that him and Sully ran over 200 laps here today, which is pretty much a full race. Track is very, very unforgiving. You miss one corner and the whole lap is off, which is an extremely true statement. Then Bag and Barks, thank you very much for checking out NNR today. If you haven't already, please go on up and smash that follow and subscribe button. Hit the notification so you never miss an NNR race. This is our Xfinity series, started right around 9 o'clock tonight. Sundays we race trucks. Thursdays we race the Cup. And, excuse me there. We're about to get started on our second race of the night. Just like in real NASCAR, we're racing a doubleheader. Really looks there. Okay, there's the first invite from Carol. I'm going to go ahead and grab that now. Get you guys in there as well. Let's see.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Just making sure that he doesn't pause it as it continues to count. Nope, it looks like he's pretty solid with it. So, he paused it. 1 to go.
Go ahead and send me an invite.
Yep, hold on 1 sec. I'm getting in there. Why does it still say it's paused? Because he paused it again. Come on, Carol.
I was gonna say if you send me an invite, I want to set it yet, and then I'll wait, and then I'll invite you back.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. USA Greatness, good to see you, sir.
Hey, hey,
Yo,
Pete, need you back out of the lobby
what?
just a quick second.
Oh,
Need
I
you
didn't.
back out of the lobby for a quick.
All right, go ahead. Um, yep. USA Greatness. We ran the first race. We saw Stay Finesse win the first race with um,
Asbel
Boehner.
was second.
Yep. Yeah. As will run P2 and Boehner third. There's the invites from Carol. All right. Did you guys get those as well?
Yep.
All right. Cool. Rose, you got yours?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, USA Greatness. It's the double hitter from Pocono, and we are gonna check them out. See who's coming from the back to lead this pack into turn 1 and 2 on the or turn 1, excuse me, on the first lap. 2, of course, the ever tricky tunnel turn, and then turn 3. Now, Stout, if I'm not mistaken, turn 1 is off of the old Trenton Speedway. Turn 2 is off Indy, and turn 3 was off of um turn 3. I forget what turn 3 was off of. I used to know it by heart, but it looks like we got the
That's
24 of Carroll. Go ahead, Stout.
Nah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the same thing with Carroll and Rowdy Burns down the front row, and then it looks like it's Papa Bear, and I didn't get a chance to see who was in fourth, but dude, I never knew that about the corners. I mean, obviously, make that connection between turn 2 and Indianapolis, man, but nah, I never knew that they were modeled after turns that already existed. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's Trenton Speedway, it's Indianapolis, and I think the third one is maybe somebody out there in chat would remember. It's Milwaukee Mile. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yep, yep. That's who the turns are modeled after. As we continue to go through the field, so it looks like we got Carroll, and I'm actually gonna work my way back up towards the front, but there we go. So we got Carroll and Rowdy Burns starting on the front row. They're coming through turn 3 on their one and only pace lap. They will not make any pace laps if there's any cautions. Hopefully they can stay as they did in the first race and keep it mostly green. 24 is going to take them to the house. Let's go.
You got a huge jump, or Rowdy Burns didn't get going there either one. Looks like Carroll and Papa Bear are both going to clear that outside line, getting into turn 1.
Yeah, Carroll and Papa Bear way. They got a little bit of an advantage over the 51 of NNR Swats. Right by Swats, I thought I just saw the 61 of Mountain. Good to see him up front. Hopefully he can use this track position and keep it on the up and up for the entire race. He is right under
He's
the
in 5th or 6th there.
Yeah. Woo.
Oh,
Under the
3-car
69 now,
drill
trying
ball
to.
there.
Yep. Let's see. Big push by the 61. Going to try to get underneath 9. 9's going to have a little bit of a shot from the 69 of Rowdy Burns. 9's got a little bit of a draft from the 51 of SWAT. 69 and 61 side by side. And it looks like who's in that Zolta car is going to thought about taking it 3 wide, but thought better of it. They're going down in turn 1 there, Rose.
Yeah. Oh, there is. Someone's all the way up into the wall up there. They're 3 wide here at the back with Boehner on the bottom. He gets a little loose on the apron. Asbel looks to take advantage of it. These
You
three
keep
are
an
still
eye.
together back here, trying to make their way up.
I was gonna ask if you're keeping an eye on them. I've actually just left my camera on Carol, man, and looks like Carol and Papa Bear are piecing out a little bit. And never mind, Papa Bear just killed the inside wall, and that's gonna be a caution.
Unless he's
Asbel
far
made it
enough off
through,
the
though.
track.
Nah, that was like 7 or 8 guys there that just dominated each other.
Gotcha. So, yeah, that's going to collect them. So now,
Oh.
all right, Rose, are you hoping that caution breeds cautions and you're a guy in the back, you're going to stay out, not pit for tires or anything? Or are you going to come in and make your first set of adjustments before you get down pit road for your green flag pit stop?
I think you need to come in, especially with how hard it is to get the adjustments in. You have a lot of time under a caution flag, so I'd say you have to come in and pit.
Yep, there's words to the wise from the man himself. Rock NASCAR is saying, "Hey Stout, back it down. You're going to put us all in Twitch jail."
What did I say, Rock? I don't even know what I said, man. Trust me, I get my mouth gets me in trouble a lot, man. It's hard being a Southern man and being raised to speak your mind, whether it's right or wrong.
Oh,
But
somebody want to start on the back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Carol didn't get going there neither, man. I guess he restarted about ninth or so there. I really hate that caution came out though. I really hate that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these guys did it before. I think they can do it. They had one caution for the entire first race. All their adjustments came from pit road, so it's going to be interesting to see those fast cars. We talked to Finesse, we talked to Aswell, we talked to Boehner. A little bit of contact going through the tunnel turn. Looks like they were able to keep it, even though they were 4 wide for a second there. They were able to straighten it all back out, fall back in the line, get back into gas, and we're going to keep it green. Still with who was that up front right there? It's the 33 right now. Is the 69 of Rowdy Burns going to try to duck down? He pulled way to the apron, just like you actually see him do in a real race,
4 wide,
trying to break
4
that draft.
wide.
Yep, and it looks like caution's out.
Can I get an invite back out by accident?
Yeah, not a problem. I'll get you right now.
Oh, Rose.
Hey, I was going to click the X and I clicked the other one.
Nah, you're good.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem at all.
My man Cheeseburger, he's up there in 4th.
Yeah.
Excuse me, he's in 3rd actually.
Yeah, rocking that Napa Camaro with the yellow rims and the yellow number on the door. That kind of denotes that you're a rookie here in NNR. You'll only
I didn't know
see
that, man.
Yeah, yep. They that's something that they just started with the truck race on Sunday. The rims
cool.
and number have to be yellow, and on the back of the car you have to have the Motorious.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I wasn't quite sure
the
what
orange
was.
looking sponsor or whatever.
There we go. Yep. So now we got the 61 of Mountain on the poles. You're going to take them down into turn 1, 33 on the outside, 14 in P3, 21 of Sledgehammer. It's going to be outside. Mountain's going to have the preferred line going into 1 and 2. Is going to try to excel off of 1. Going to be able to hit that wall just a tad. Lose a little bit of momentum. 2, 3 guys are going to drive on by, including the 46 of Shadlack, but he wasn't going to be able to get there going into the tunnel turn, so he's going to back off. 61 of Mountain's going to cut that grass just a little bit, pull back to the bumper of the 14. Didn't lose too many positions, even though he scrubbed the wall a little bit. Just back to P4, looking forward to the top 3.
Man, there was several guys there mowing the yard coming through turn 2, man. Yeah, I'm trying to. Who's what was NNR Trips gamer tag previously?
Yep, Trippy Main.
Trippy Main. Gotcha.
HD Motorsports. What's happening, buddy?
HD.
Us nerds are hanging out with the Xfinity Series as we see Shadlack go around. That's going to bring out our 3rd caution of the night. Actually, maybe not. No, it looks like they're going to be.
Yeah, it's like still rolling.
Yep, they're gonna keep it green. I was on the hood of the 51 of NNR Swats coming through the tunnel turn right now, looking ahead to the first half of the field. Doesn't
Well, I'm telling you this, Pete. I ain't trying to interrupt you, man, but they're coming through 3, and Trippy Main just did a power move there on the bottom underneath Sledge. Sledge whips it back down underneath him, trying to pass him. And now it looks like AJ McChamp is going to close in on Trippy Main, and he's going to push him. I thought maybe he's going to jump out and try to get that lead going down that long front stretch. But it looks like Trippy Main's going to be in first here. You're going to have McChamp in second, Sledge is third, and one of the 15 Napa cars is in fourth.
Well, I tell you what, I think that the 14 just pushed the 33 beyond his limits because he pushed him all the way into 1. It made him run up high, and 14 was able to use that and get on by. 21 is Sledgehammer right behind him, and there's your buddy, Old Cheeseburger in P3.
Oh, yeah, Cheeseburger's bringing it. Cheeseburger's a youngster too, Rose. I think he's 15 or 16. Look at him. He's going to take the lead here.
You know what? I got to give kudos also to Cheeseburger, and I hope he doesn't mind telling me he put it on Twitter. I don't know if you knew this, Stout, or not, but in the last 8 months or so, that young man has shed almost 100 pounds. Yeah. He lost like 100 pounds. So great job on the kid. Not a whole lot of teenagers show that kind of restraint on what they do or what they don't eat. So, Cheeseburger, congratulations, man.
Nah, it's impressive, man. I've tried losing weight many times. I was able to lose 40 pounds, and I've kept it off, but I can't imagine losing 100 pounds like that. And that time, that's extreme dedication, something I do not have.
Yes, it is. I know my wife and I, we talk all the time. Yeah, we're gonna eat better. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Went and bought her an elliptical and whatnot. And yeah, it's turned into a dust rack. So, but man, it's that's very good on him. Keep going through the field here. Check out the 2 of Dooman in his Alsco Chevrolet. Lucky Dog still there, chatting it up with the one and only HD Motorsports, which, by the way, he'll be here on Thursday night when the Cup cars take their turn around this tricky triangle. HD, looking forward to that race, man.
I gotta be you and HD are gonna have to teach me how to say "What the power move." I really need to work on that, man. That's what yeah, Rose. I was telling Pete and HD one night, man. I was like, dude, that's what I do. My goal every race is, I mean, I want to run well. I'd like to have a chance to win, but if HD or Pete say Stout Whiskey with the power move, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters.
Well, I was almost able to give you one there as Cheeseburger looked below the leader as he is right now. A little bit of a shove there from the 21 of Sledgehammer. 84 is going to drop back to at least P4 due to this outside draft. He's going to stay to the inside of the 14. 14 is going to wash up high. 84 is going to cut a little bit of that grass, as HD would say, a little bit of Dan the Lawn Man's job. So Trippy's going to stay first. 21 of Sledgehammer in P2. 14 of AJ McChamp has definitely shown quite a bit of speed since joining NNR just last week. So great race by your top 3 so far. I'll work my way back up. Stout HD will not give up the ghost. He's still saying that you should have pitted. I tell you.
Well, at least he's talking about that instead of saying, Stout Whiskey 2020, because I really think he was starting to get to Coe.
Yeah.
I feel like Coe's treated me a little bit differently since HD started doing that. So thank you, HD.
I tell you know what? We were just talking about this top 4. Well, that top 4 has just turned into a top 5. The 28 of Boehner has now caught and passed the 14. He's going to give a little bit of a challenge here to the young buck in that 84. Old Cheeseburger. He dives down low below the 14. Pull up in front of him as a power move through turn 3. There you go, Stout.
Oh man, it makes me so happy. Made the hair stand up on my chest there, Pete. Man, I appreciate that a lot, baby. Woo!
No. HD does it the best. He's got like the perfect voice for it. Yeah. Guys, everybody out there that's in chat right now, if you like what you hear, it gets better, trust me. But go on up and smash that follow and the notifications and the subscribe channel. Subscribe to the channel if you can. It's absolutely appreciated. Crazy syrup guy. I know I've seen you before. Welcome back, sir. Still
Yeah,
checking out the 84.
I'm impressed. I'm
What's
impressed
that?
with Sledgehammer, dude.
Yeah.
Not just the fact. I mean, of course, there's a draft, but Sledgehammer's been able to keep up with Asbel here. And granted, Sledgehammer never really got a chance in that first race. I mean, I think he probably finished fifth, or he was running in fifth there towards the end. So maybe he did have a good enough car, but just got stranded there on those pit stops. So it's like first and second trying to pull away before Boehner can clear these guys, and Boehner actually did just clear Cheeseburger for third.
Yeah, Boehner. I tell you what, though, Cheeseburger was absolutely giving Boehner a bit of a fit. Boehner had the 84 up high, going through turn. I can't talk again. Going through turn 3 and kept to the outside of all the way down. It was only because Boehner had that preferred line, or Cheeseburger got into turn 1 just a little too hot. But yeah, here they are. Boehner up to P3, hoping that he doesn't mess up. Got to come into pits here pretty soon. You got to wonder if his brake pedal is gonna do what it's supposed to do, or maybe he's got to pump the brake a little bit getting in. I really don't know.
Yeah, well, I was talking about Sledge. Sledge has actually dropped off, and Boehner is just breathing down his neck here as they head towards turn 2.
Yep, just caught back up to Boehner. He has absolutely used that draft and pulled himself all the way to the back bumper of that 21. But right now, it's still all about that 33 up top. As you see the 28 using that draft, try to slingshot on by the 21. Going into turn 3, he'll have to check up just a little bit, get back on the gas, use those lower rumble strips to try to get that car to turn. A little acceleration. Might have gotten a little too much out of it, but able to stay in front of that 21. Move Boehner in that 28 up to P2. HC, that's a good question. As soon as we come across, I'll get us a lap count. Shouldn't be too far into it. We've had 2 cautions, but we'll have to see. Thanks for sticking around, buddy.
30 to go.
There we go. I don't know if you knew that or not, HD, but your young gun, CGMX Rose, live in a booth. Although you could have just read it right there on your screen, too. John Fry, you really haven't missed all that much. We've had a couple quick cautions. Nothing really bad. One car just got loose, and the other was just a racing deal. A lot of everybody's showing a lot of patience, showing a lot of skill. Like you just saw the 28 get on by the 21, and he is absolutely hunting down first place right now. He's going to try to get inside the one of Asbel right here. Now I don't think Asbel is in the. Hold on, I'm getting there. I promise. Yeah, Asbel actually is in the lead. So this is a battle for the lead. Now these two were in the same exact position during truck race on Sunday night. Boehner pushed him around lap after lap. They just tried to get away as far as they could, make it a race between themselves until Boehner actually got loose going across the tunnel turn and went headfirst into the wall. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to keep from doing that this time. He's also got some malfunctioning equipment. Rose, what do you see out of these two so far?
They're pretty fast, but who I'm looking at is Finesse. He's back and forth. He's catching them. I'm looking at Boehner's stream, and he keeps ticking off a tenth per lap. So, be interested to see if he can get up to those top 2 and pass them and sweep it tonight.
Oh, batteries. Guys, I apologize for the message on the screen. I'm getting a new battery as we speak. Gotta love when that happens. There we go.
I'm actually watching Asbel and Boehner right now, and I think what you were just saying, Rose. They're trying to make sure that don't happen because Boehner's had looks like an opportunity or two to pull out away from or to pull out and pass Asbel, but he's like, nah, man, I'm just gonna draft you so we can peace out here.
Now, guys, we saw Asbel in the first race go a few past everybody else because he's in the lead right now, and he's got a very fast Boehner right on his tail. Do you think Asbel is going to try to stay out another couple laps, even if Boehner pits, or do you think he's going to come in right when that 28 does?
I think being in first place it's more difficult because one, you don't know what everybody else is doing as far as pitting, and you're looking at your gauges and you're doing the math in your head, making sure you can make it. And then two, if you are pitting from the lead, well, that's usually going to make everybody else pit, and then you run that risk of getting ran over and getting a speeding penalty. So it's hard to be in first place and knowing that you're coming up on pit stops, especially in a pack or running together.
That's pitting. And
Finesse and Boehner are both pitting.
Yep, there they go. So you got Finesse in the 00, 28 of Boehner, and
time.
Yeah, he did.
I think Asbel is too, actually.
Unless he's
I think all three of them there together.
So now we'll get our question answered, I should say, right, on whether Boehner was able to get woed up enough with that faulty brake pedal, or if he's going to come out right with these guys as he came in. I don't have his stream up right now. I'm actually on Finesse, and Boehner's coming out right with the 00. So he was able to get it woed up. No black flag penalty for the 28. So you should see the 00, and the 28 come out kind of similar on track, but the 00 of Finesse was actually the biggest gainer in all that right there.
Yeah, and I'm actually keeping my camera on Sledge here just because he was in fourth or third there, and with those guys pitting, a lap earlier here and getting fresh tires, I just want to see what the difference is. So we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I saw Bader's pit stop. He had a 17.0, which freaking sucks. The worst we could probably get on the game. So there's that.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. John Fry, Rose. John wants to know if your dad's snoring.
Not yet.
Not yet. Fair enough. Let's see. So after pit stops, as always, little bit of separation here. See the 8 of Augustus, your current series point leader, going down the long pond straightaway, heading towards the tunnel turn. No real challenge for the 8 of Augustus right now. Is cutting it down low. Again, they removed the rumble from that part of the track. It is all racetrack now. No grass, no rumble strips. You can glide right on over. Let it wash up towards the wall. Get yourself set for turn 3. Gas it up off turn 3. Head yourself again on down the longest straightaway in NASCAR, going towards the start-finish line. That's another lap by the one and only 8 car of Augustus. Good job, Goose. Let's go ahead and back around here as we see the 19 of Cowboy. HD says it gives Rose 10 plus more horsepower when his dad snores. That must be why Rose gets all these poles. His dad's home snoring, and that's the result. That's got to be it. Actually, pull up Mountain Stream here. Looks like I'm sorry, not Mountain. Cowboy Matt, there we go. Matt looks like Matt right now is running P4, but it doesn't look like he's pit yet. His gas light has just come on, so he'll be taking it down pit road here as you see. Keep going through the field. Here's the 14 of AJ McChamp fighting with the 95 of Pop Bear. Pop Bear actually just took his car to pit road. He had a lot of damage after getting loose and putting it in the wall. But I tell you, I got to give that Pop Bear all kinds of credit. He stays on track. He fights through every single race. He's been getting some help. Just got himself a new wheel. Pop Bear, we're gonna we're gonna get that top 10 here pretty soon, and then it's gonna be all downhill from there.
Click 'em off,
You're doing
baby.
great, man.
Yeah, hey, as you're going through the field here, man, I just want to let you know that the leaders are headed into turn 2. Asbel's leading, but unfortunately for him, Finesse and Boehner have been drafted in second, third, and they
think
are
he's got
all up
damage,
in his
too.
business. Ooh, Asbel?
Yeah, he smacked the wall a couple times and they caught him.
Okay.
HD says some people listen to Eminem to get them pumped before a race. Rose listens to the sound of sweet snoring. Aww. HD. All right.
Hey, speaking of snoring, have you ever like put your hand over his mouth, Rose?
No.
Okay, good kid.
Pinch his
Why would I
nose.
do that?
That'll make him stop. Wow, look at
Don't
this
do that, man,
push.
because your dad might wallop you.
You guys were talking about Boehner and how much he lost the top 2. He is, as said in the movie Smokey and the Bandit, tail grabbing that beep right now as they go through the tunnel turn. He is all over the back bumper of the 00 of Finesse, and Finesse has been pushing the one of Asbel, as Rose was saying. Those 3 have separated themselves from everybody else. As you look back, anybody else is just now going through 3. Big move by the 28. He's able to pull the 00 even going down. He's able to clear him on the straightaway, and the 28's going to set sail for that one. Oh, so many highlights that could be picked off this race, guys. Have you seen any that have really stood out to you in either race so far? Any that you would record for yourself and maybe add to your Twitter or add to your Facebook and say, you know what, this was awesome. Go back and watch this.
The
I think the
battle
shot.
between these guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the battle between these guys. They've been together both races. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just a different order, right? Yeah, I was gonna say earlier, man, I should have took a picture when they were 4 wide, coming down the front stretch. I think it was like on the second time or the second lap or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there's been quite a few, and the first and second place are back in a very, very familiar spot. The 28 has been very comfortable pushing that 1 all the way around the track. Maybe again he wants to try to sort it out between them 2, like he's tried to in the past. If his brakes didn't fail him going into the first green flag round of pit stops, maybe he's got something figured out and they'll be okay. As I'm sure they'll have to pit one more time. I'll actually pull up the stream of Boehner right now and see where he sets.
Yeah, you go ahead and pull that up. Rose, let me ask you a question, man, because watching these guys right now, 1, 2, 3. Personally, are you okay just riding in this situation and seeing what happens, or are you trying to go out there and get first and see what you can do?
If I feel I can break the draft from whoever I'm with, I'll probably try and pass them. But if it's someone like Poopy or more, where they're probably gonna just stick with me, I might just ride around and wait till a pit stop.
Right, because someone like me, I'm going to try to pass you, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that you brought up Poopy's name, because when you're saying, I'm just gonna ride unless I know I can get by, and then you said someone that's gonna work with it. It was a completely different story last season, and now it seems like you and Rowdy and a couple others have actually gotten pretty close. What's the relationship been like between the few that you had some pretty interesting races with last year? What's it been like this year?
I don't know. Me and Poop have always gotten along. It's just, I don't know, last season we had a couple run-ins, but it's never really hurt our relationship off the track. And this year we haven't really run into each other. So other than the All-Star race and the actual race at Charlotte was the only time we got into each other. But other than that, I mean, we have a great relationship. So I don't know. Yeah, you guys say it's a love and hate, but I don't think it's really like that.
I don't know. I've been a witness to some of the conversations after the races. Now I understand things have been heated quite often, but man, it's always great to watch. A select few battle it out every single week, and you always seem to find each other. Speaking of finding each other. Boehner and the double O of Finesse have actually been able to get by the one of Asbel. Boehner was able to use the draft of the one coming off turn 3 and was able to just power his way on by the one, and that allowed the double O to follow that hole that he created. Now it's the double O in the 28 nose tail, and the one of Asbel is back to P3. These guys are going to race it out. I think for the rest of this, I don't think many people are going to be able to challenge them. HD has left a story here in chat. What are you going to say, Stout?
Nah, I was gonna say that. Nah, I was just agreeing with you there, man. That it's definitely gonna be between these three guys unless all three of them get a pit road speeding penalty here.
Yeah, they've got a huge gap. Looking at Boehner's stream, I'm not only going to get us a lap count next time he comes on by, but I'm also going to see what it is back to P4. Right now, as you can see, Boehner finessed and Asbel first, second, and third. Sledgehammer is 6.5 seconds back, followed by AJ McChamp, and they are continuing to pull away, which is just a product of the draft. With a 4-second difference between Sledgehammer and McChamp, you know that they're definitely not together, so there's no draft, no any bit of extra speed between those two. And it looks like we got a caution on track, guys.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to get a lap count, and it looks like right around 16 to go. So with this pit, everybody should be able to make it, providing we stay green. Or 15, you figure we're going to come back with about 14 to go. Things are going to get really tense. How many? What's the over/under on green white checkers, guys?
3.
Ooh, gotcha. 3. Rose, what you got?
I'm gonna go over.
Over. All right. So let's see. HD saying after Rose's first career NASCAR Heat Pro League win, he covers his dad's mouth so the snoring can't be heard over the mic. He wakes up to Rose. Rose. I don't know. Okay, let's go back green.
HD, have you been drinking?
Must be.
And look at NNR mounting up front. I'm hoping that, I'm sorry, no, he's not up front. He's right in mid-pack, just the way the camera showed for a second there. I'll get us back up front here as quick as I possibly can. Whole lot of aggression and a whole lot of take, not much give left in the back of the pack, but I wouldn't expect anything less with, 12 or 13 laps to go here, guys, as they come through the tunnel turn. A whole lot of grass. 46 and the 8 of Augustus make contact. They're 4 wide, 3 wide going now towards turn 3. Woo!
I was just looking at this, man. I guess Asbel had a really crappy pit stop because he's in 5th here, and if he can't get by these guys here in a hurry, man, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and I think that. Nope. Okay, no, they're still under green. So HD continues on. He wakes up and hits Rose in the eye. The next day at school, he tells the ladies he had something big race and got into a fight with Dohar. After he won that, he then goes home with no homework and a happy man. Okay then. Boehner and the double O finessed. Fighting it off, coming down the...
Sledge. Let's go, Sledge.
Yeah! Sledge and double O side by side.
That's why you love cautions, man. Cautions just bring other people into the fray.
No, that's why I hate cautions.
I agree. I'm with you, dude. I hated the caution at Michigan. I felt like the caution at Michigan cost me a chance to win. And the caution last week after, you know, the deal with Aviator definitely helped me. I feel like I had a, you know, car that could win last week. I was able to finish second, but it helped me last week. So love-hate relationship for sure.
I tell you what, the your buddy Cheeseburgers wasn't making any friends right there. Sent the 46 of Shadowlac up high. Shad was able to get on the binders and not really get into the wall much, but the 84 is definitely able to progress off of Shadowlac's door. But right now, it's back. You got Boehner and the 00 fighting, coming
really
off
high
of
there.
the turn, and the one of Asbel behind these guys. HD, you should write children's books in your time off.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely I can't not. Promise I'll buy them.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
I should too. I think you definitely.
Am I here, kid? Oh, are these Flintstone vitamins? No, this is got to hit an LSD on them, okay, so you can enjoy this book. Okay, Dad.
You know what, HD, while you're there, I'm going to ask you a serious question, sir. Knowing that you've got CGMX Rose in the booth with the one and only Stout Whiskey, what do you expect out of CGMX Rose in his first year of the Pro League? Knowing, and way, they had qualifying the night at Chicago. I didn't say Charlotte that time. They had qualifying the night at Charlotte, and Lucky Dog. I said it again anyway. Dang it! At Chicago. Lucky Dog's on pole, and your young buck right here, P2. What do you think about that, HD? As you continue to go through the field. Again, first, second, and third, 28 of Boehner, 00 finessed. There's the one of Asbel looking inside the 00. It's for all the marbles. 21 of Sledgehammer, and the 84 of Cheeseburger. Top 5 are all nose to tail going down a Long Pond straightaway.
I think there's a wreck at the back. Caution's out.
Woo!
Yeah,
you're
caution.
right. Slowing it up. And let's see who's got a menu up that I can see. Lap count. They've got 8 laps to go, guys. 8 whopping laps. Alpha York, good to see you.
I'm coming to get some tires, man.
HD says, and I'm gonna take the I'm gonna guess he's being just as serious as I asked. HD says if you don't win 3 races, he's gonna be disappointed, Rose. No pressure. No pressure. Alpha York, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Alpha York saying that Asbel is going to come up and steal it from the 28 and the 00. That's going to be a tall order. Those 2 cars are extremely strong. Although after that pit stop, it looks like the one of Asbel is going to start on the outside, and Boehner on the inside. I hate when that happens. There we go. Come on, get me back up front. I want to get there.
Yeah. Reset me back to Carroll.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, Boehner. Asbel clears him.
Yep. Alpha York might have just called the shot for the one of Asbel, unless the 28 and the 00 can work together and catch back up.
Oh wow. Yeah, someone was just doing some gymnastics back there. It looked like Simone Biles flipping. Way back there. It looks like they can stay green, Rose.
Yep, and there the 28 is there. So, guys, I don't know if you know.
in trouble, man. Asbel's definitely in trouble. Yeah, there is a caution.
Yep.
I was about to say Asbel's in deep trouble, especially with Boehner and Finesse being teammates.
Yeah. Yep.
But do they throw that teammate card away and go just try and win it for themselves?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you know that's not happening, Rose. Don't you remember what happened last year at Talladega?
I was told to let him in.
I don't forget.
Oh, man. All right, so talk about throwing that teammate card away. What if that was Ingalls? What would you do, Rose?
Probably throw the teammate card away.
USA Greatness is going to be a tall order to see if it's going to go green from here. We'll really have to see. I'm going to try to get back up front again. I hate when it resets. Where am I at here?
If you do B, it'll take you back to him like 4 or 5 times.
This is the first overtime, so.
There we go. You were right. All right, so looks like the one was able to get a really good jump, but he's got the 28 and the 00 right on his tail, as if that caution didn't even come out. They are 3 and 4 wide going through the tunnel turn. That does not normally work. That is just too daggone narrow. But they made it work. Another reason why these guys are some of the best there is. You see, HD says he wants to own a team in NNR. I wish you would. Wish you'd be out here running some laps. I'd love to call it with you as an in-race reporter. We got to make that happen at some point. But you're talking about throwing that teammate card out, Rose. The 00 is now behind the 1 of Asbel instead of the 28 of Boehner, and you got the 21 of Sledgehammer giving it a shot. Oh, Sledge with a big crossover. Stout, where do you see this going? Side by side for first through fourth. Clean for first and second. 00 and 1 side by side. 21 and 28 side by side. Going down the Long Pond straightaway. Both people in the front have a car behind them push. Oh,
3 wide.
3 wide going into the tunnel turn. Somebody's got to get down low. 00 and the 1 up high. 3 wide.
Oh, baby. Here they go. Look at Sledge. Sledge just got it. Sledge just got it.
Look at that was the power move if I ever saw one. We'll have to see if Sledge is able to get back in the gas coming off the corner. He's able to pull it up in front of the 28 of Banner. Here comes the 00 to the inside. And we are coming to, it's got to be really, really close.
That's it?
That is it right.
Let's go, Sledge.
That's it. So it's going to be Sledgehammer, NNR Finesse, Boehner, Asbel, Bowling King Outbreak, Master Killer, Cheeseburger. Welcome back to NNR with your top 10. NNR Mountain with a top 10. Well, great to see that. I missed 10th, but congratulations.
That was my
Sledge is my teammate.
Sledge is going to be ecstatic. I can't wait to see the tweets and the Facebook posts that are going to be forthcoming. Congratulations, Sledgehammer.
Yo,
way to race that out.
Do the interviews. I'll take a break.
What's up, Rose?
You guys could do the interviews. I'll take a break.
10-4. Go ahead. HD, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Thursday night. Thank you very much for coming out tonight, buddy. All right, so we're going to back out of that because I don't want to go on to the next track. Let's get back over to our makeshift booth. Hopefully HD shares the booth that he's got with me here fairly soon so we can get back to it. USA Greatness, I couldn't agree more. Great race, great finish. Close out these other streams that I had open. Congratulations, Mount, when you go back and watch this. I'm proud of you, buddy. It's going to be a good points night for you. John Fry, yeah. Crazy. The only series that there's almost always an open spot because we want to get more and more involved is our truck series. Go to nnrleague.com or just go search out my gamer tag. Repeat 1975, same as it is on Twitter and well, obviously this channel. And I'll make sure that you get in touch with the one and only NNR Carroll, so we can get you some information, maybe hook you up with a ride. This is on Xbox, not PlayStation. It's not Steam either. So if you've got an Xbox One, if you got a great internet connection, you can use Discord. You're known around the NASCAR Heat community as a clean driver. We might just have a spot for you. Now, if you do get a ride, it is late in the season to have any kind of a championship hope. Even if you go on and you win 6 races, you would not be involved in that, but we can cover that more as we get going. But please, by all means, go on up, hit that notifications, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe if you can. We definitely appreciate the support. But we're going to interview our top 3 here in just a second. Stout, pulling back Discord right now. I know CDMX Rose said he wanted to take a break. I'm sure you want to interview old Mr. Sledgehammer. So go ahead and take P3.
P3 was it Boehner or Finesse?
That's a good question.
It was Banner.
That was Banner. There you go.
Boehner, dude, worked away all the way through the field. All right, we're gonna cut to the chase. We're not gonna talk about the race. Let's talk about that ending, dude. That was pretty freaking insane, man, to watch. Between you, Finesse, Sledgehammer, and Asbel. Just tell me a little bit about your process about actually making that move to pull out, and then do you feel like there was anything differently you could have done?
I think I actually got second there, but maybe I don't know. I'm kind of blacked
Yeah,
out.
I get first and second. Let's go. Go, Banner. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I knew just between us three. I mean, it kind of stinks that it came down to a green and white checker, to be honest. But I'm glad we all kept it together and ran it clean, and that was a lot of fun. I don't really think there was much I could do other than obviously try to block Sledgehammer any more than I had already did, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go all the way down to the wall. So um, I, I, I I knew I had one move to make on that last lap, and I tried and I made it. And fortunately, I kept it down there. It didn't slide up into anyone. But obviously, you're not getting any momentum off that tunnel turn. Doing what I did there, and I knew I was watching Sledge. I knew he was going to have a run, and I thought about throwing a block, and then I kind of was like, no, you know what? He's not going to clear me here or nothing. And I thought we could race kind of door to door into three. The only bummer is I didn't race with Sledge much. As far as just he was there, like especially on the short runs, but I just didn't know how he was going to approach three there, and so he actually ran it a lot lower and smoother than if I had known he had done that. I probably would have just tried to wing it around the outside and tried to get the run and race him off, but he just had a little bit too much momentum going into three there, so I thought my best shot would be him over driving it and then trying to cross him over. But he didn't do that. He made the right move down there on the bottom to keep me, made it to where I had to run a perfect top, and I didn't commit to doing that. So great move by him. A lot of fun, obviously, with Asbill and Finesse the whole race. And man, I'm just glad we all got to finish it up there. The four of us. I think Sledge was obviously in the top five all night, and he was really really fast on the short runs, and he was able to keep with us there at least for the first handful of laps, even on the other runs. I feel like so. Good job by him. Way to sneak in there and steal it. That was a lot of fun, and I appreciate him doing it clean. And next time I'll know I can wind the top up if we're ever in that situation again.
Hell yeah, Boehner. Good job, dude. Back-to-back races. Definitely good points tonight. I mean, I get it, dude. It sucks when, definitely feel like you have a chance to win and it doesn't freaking happen. So, but not a hell of a job. I know you're going to be tough Thursday as well.
No, man, it was a blast. I mean, I don't care finishing second in a race like that where everyone's just smart.
Dude, wait till you see the finish from Pete and I's point of view, dude. It was pretty insane, especially, and you four guys to keep it as clean as you did. That was pretty freaking awesome.
Right on. Thanks, Stout.
All right, yeah, man. Congratulations. You were second in points. I'm sure you'll probably stay second off that, but we'll have to see how Coe tallies the stage points because we didn't have stages. But as it, there was still points up for grabs. You were about 40. I'm sorry, 63 or so. I think that says behind Augustus. You're going to gain some, but man, finessed. You got me.
I got you.
All right, buddy. Well, you're another one that's going to be making up all kinds of points. Both you and Boehner finishing in the top three in both races tonight. It's going to be all kinds of points coming y'all's way. What did you think about that four-wide finish, or what was almost a full four-wide finish coming off turn three?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We had a plan there with us three, and Sledgehammer came in and stunk up the party. But coming out of one there on the last lap, I tried to make my move, or coming into 1, I tried to make my move, and I knew coming into 2, Boehner was gonna make his move, so I tried to block that, and he got there before I could make the full move. So we went 3 wide in there, and it was all crazy from there. And I thought I still maybe would have had a chance coming out of 3, but just couldn't get the draft and couldn't pull it off. Congrats to Sledge.
Yeah, I mean, all night, whether it was in the first race or the second race, it seemed like it was the trio, you, Boehner, and Asbel. And I was looking at the running order before that first caution came out, later in the run, and Sledge was, I think, what did I say, Stout? He's like 6-7 seconds back. He had
6.5 seconds.
Yep, he had no chance to catch up with you because the next car behind him was like another 3 or 4 seconds. So there was no option of even working with a draft to catch back up there. But there came the caution, jumbled everybody back up, racked and stacked y'all up against really really close, and man. That was a hell of a finish. It was great to see. Any shout outs from you tonight, sir?
Um, just you guys for putting it all together. All the guys in the team chat, Boehner, Mountain, Mike Honcho, Fatless, Sully, all them guys for always being there, racing with us.
Well, man, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. You guys are really putting on a great show, not only in the Xfinity series but also in the truck. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to be able to do on Thursday night when HD and I call that right back here from Pocono Raceway. Congratulations, man! Another, both races in the top 3. Very well done, sir.
Thank you.
Stout, I know you couldn't wait to interview your Cup teammate. Go for it, buddy.
Nah, I'm not really that excited. Sledge, you got me?
You're not that excited. Come on now.
Yeah, boy, let's go. No, I was saying that, dude. I was like, I think I might have even cussed. Like, I think I pulled HD. I was like, oh shit, here comes Sledge. He's getting it. Nah, yeah. So this talk through, what you thought, man, because obviously you had a really good car, but with Boehner, Asbel, and Finesse, battling each other the way they did, that they gave you a shot. So and you made your move coming out too. Just talk us through that whole thing and talk about how fast your heart was beating.
Yeah, man. It all developed really quickly. I knew I couldn't beat them on speed. You guys talked about it. They were the class of field. I had a 4th place car. Going down to turn 2, it looked like Boehner kind of looked the stamp as he was supposed to, and everybody lost their momentum, and they all backed up to me, and I had one move, and it was to go to the inside of Boehner, and I got there just in time, and just had to hold the bottom going into 3. I as Boehner said, I thought he was going to pinch me, but he never did, and as soon as we got in the middle of 3, I knew I was going to win.
Hell yeah, dude. So I honestly, Sledge is hard on himself. Sledge, I'm so freaking happy to see you win this race, man. And winning the first one's the hardest one. So hopefully that weight is lifted off your shoulder. And speaking of winning the night, let's talk about tomorrow, man. You qualified 14th, you said?
Oh yeah, Pro League. Yeah,
For the
probably
Pro League race,
1 or 2 tenths out there.
Okay.
We were way quicker in the mock qualifying, but no, it's not about where you start. So.
Absolutely. So in your race, you feel like your race car is going to be good, though?
It's raceable. I think it's racy. I don't know if we'll have the speed like Bolt, Rose, Little Snack, but we'll try.
Dog will hunt, right? Well, Sledge, we're happy for you. Everybody that's here in this booth, you're representing us. We got 3 guys from NNR. It's cool because we had Rose in the booth. Of course you, and then Jose. I know Jose qualified 3rd, so we'll be pulling for you. We'll be watching. Any shout outs, man?
Shout out to you guys not kicking me out for not winning. Yeah, I'm just glad to, get a win finally in a great league like this. I haven't had an official league win since Heat 2, so this means so much.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Sledgehammer, I pulled up. I mean, I update the points on the scroll on the bottom of the screen every race, but I actually just pulled up nnrleague.com. I'm going to put it that way. You were the best in points without a win up until now. Congratulations on the win tonight. You're going to be in the win column for the first time, it sounds like, since Heat 2 for any kind of leagues. You're in the Pro League. You're representing NNR. You got some bonus points. You're going to have a bunch of stage points. However, Coey's going to figure those out. You broke up the Asbel, Boehner, and Finesse party. You took that win in dominant. I mean, HD would be all over that power move. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm sure Rock NASCAR is going to have something to say here on Facebook in just a little bit. But man,
yeah, you did.
There you go. There you go. We're, you know that everybody in NNR will be watching tomorrow, pulling for you, Rose and Jose 720. Just know that we're there. Hell, if you got a party up and running, I'll be more than happy to root y'all on. But man, congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it. Stout, you got anything? Anything else for us tonight?
Nah, man, I'm just glad I got to watch a badass finish like that. That was pretty nuts. Like I said, I'm not sure if you guys, anybody touched each other, and I know you're close, man, but to race like that, it's always a treat to see you guys put on the show in Xfinity. So thank y'all.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow, Sledge. I just wanted to say that real quick. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good luck, Sledge. Go get it.
Rose, you there?
What's that? You cut off?
Nope. I was wondering if you're still there, man. Hey, you got anything for Sledge or any last second comments for tonight, bud?
No, I mean, it was pretty good racing overall. I liked watching the battle between the top three for both races. You guys did a great job, especially sticking together through both races.
10-4. Well, guys, again, tune in tomorrow night. You'll be able to catch the Pro League in their one of their qualifying races. Again, you got Sledgehammer, you got Jose 720, and the Young Gun CGMX Rose. Again, hashtag Grow with Rose, trying to make their way into Pro League Season 2, trying to get the attention of all of the hiring Xbox side Pro League team owners. I know the people retain their ride, like Dohar and a few others, but these guys, I have no doubt they'll catch the eye of somebody out there. Hopefully, they'll represent NNR as we go forward in that series. But until Thursday night, when I'll be with the one and only HD Motorsports, right back here from Pocono in the Cup Series, y'all have a good night. Good luck in your Pro League quests, and I'll catch you later.